I burned it all. But bridges, nothing burns quite like a bridge does. Happy November. Whatever you do this month, don't feed the trolls or the feds. Don't let them feed you. Don't take the bait. Don't play with fire, but burn whatever bridges you need to burn.
Howdy, folks. Roast Double J back here, coming at you live for another Operation GCD Fridaze, weekly conspiracy culture roundtable of high weirdness and conspiracy culture. And your host of Operation GCD, JJ Vance here. Perhaps more notably, not the vice president. Got a real barn burner here on deck for y'all tonight. Not gonna lie to you. Good to see you there, Clint. Yeah, Jonah better be in his United Nations uniform. We all work for the UN now. I'm gonna file a complaint with my United Nations Muppet if he's not. Anyhow, not gonna belabor these points too further here this evening. We did get an introduction, as always, from my former stalker and wannabe PR rep turned transpocalypse multi-state mind-controlled assassin, Buffalo Jared Revisa, who would later change his name shortly before the killing spree there to Jared Jones. That motherfucker's trying to out JJ me, and I'll have none of it. Anyhow, and then, of course, our America's Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, his pastor, his man of the cloth, Doug Wilson, here in National Security November here on Operation GCD with a fine message of don't feed the feds and don't let them feed you. I approve that message. That is our America's Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth's pastor, providing us that commentary. It's an interesting concept in and of itself. Anyhow, Operation GCD Sundays, Operation GCD Live, Patreon Sundays here. Got an introduction coming up here tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times, talking more matters of national security. No, literally, matters of national security is indeed the title. That ain't it. That ain't it at all. Let me get I'm firing some Muppets this week. Here we go. Matters of national security. Colby's Queers, as you see there. The Phoenix program, Operation Gladio, and Air America drug trafficking come home. Oh, we got to thank him for that, right? We're going to go over these matters of national security, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times tomorrow, and then applying some of those concepts, the known knowns, if you will, to quote my favorite psychopath, Donald Rumsfeld. If incidents like the Columbine situation was indeed a matter of quote-unquote national security, as it does seem, we would expect to see a long, lengthy list of dead witnesses and other parapolitical conspiracy culture events connected to this. And yeah, we got that. So, and in fact, a lot of dead witnesses, like as if they were part of the plot line for Final Destination. So down to some weird electrocutions and plane crashes. So anyhow, that's coming up 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times tomorrow. And then Sundays on Sunday, actually, we got Colby's Queers, Air America, talking about these matters of drug trafficking and quote unquote national security. So we'll do the introductions here on YouTube's and the Rumbles and the Twixters, and over there on patreon.com / Operation GCD, and the link will be in the show notes, folks. I highly recommend you do not, I repeat, do not. I'm not the vice president, folks, but I repeat, do not sign up through Apple for Patreon stuff. Apple charges like a 40% surcharge. Crazy. Anyhow, thank you all for joining me here tonight to get a little GCD on these matters of parapolitical natures, conspiracy culture, and high weirdness. Joining me here tonight, another dude is trying to out JJ me. Might have. He's got 3 J's now. Troublemaker Jonah, welcome back, sir, to Operation GCD for your very first time. And Dr. Inferno. Not a doctor of anything I'm familiar with, certified-wise, not medically speaking, at least, no disrespect.
If you
welcome
mean,
back to Operation GCD, sir, for the very first time.
If you mean tinfoil and kookery, then I guess I'm your guy. But yes, I'm not a doctor, not even a quack. But I got
to start putting a disclaimer up there whenever you talk.
Yeah.
These are not medical. This is not a medical.
This is not medical advice. Do not follow anything that I say.
But folks, I am Triple J, Jonah Jameson, and I'm not Peter Parker's boss. Not Peter Parker's boss.
Well, anyway, guys, I just want to briefly also introduce myself and say that I like to transverse the internet. I like to research all the happenings on the internet, and I like to stalk crazy people that stalk me that try to prevent me from calling them out. That's pretty much in a nutshell what I'm about.
That sounds exhausting, sir.
It is, but I someone's got to do it.
I mean,
because the FBI ain't doing it. The FBI.
Well, the FBI are probably the ones doing it. Is
doing
what you're describing.
They might be sending me some charges because I was calling his girlfriend the fucking honeypot on Wednesday. But whatever.
Can't tell honeypot.
Well, when we look at these matters of national security, as they call it, and murder, and these terrorizing American citizens under the auspices of such. With no other legitimate natures or legal basis in which to put it on, other than they wrote it down on a piece of paper saying they can do it for national security. There was an attempted murder by a COINTELPRO operative, a paid person by the FBI under their COINTELPRO program that was at one point in time run by Laser Tag Ted Gunderson.
Well,
Dr. Are you familiar with Laser Tag Ted?
Who can forget Ted Gunderson, man? Like he's
always you get shot by lasers, you might forget.
There's thousands of Americans out there. By the way, I've been shot with a laser beam twice.
Twice, folks. Watch out. They got Ted twice. Ted down. So not lasers, but gunfire. The COINTEL
microwaves?
No, well, the COINTEL program gave a gun to a guy they were paying and said, hey, go murk the San Diego State University tenure professor because we don't like his fucking way about his life. We don't like the things he's saying.
Wasn't that the one from Vacaville who was in SLA? His name was David. He had triple D's in his name, and he was part of MK Search in Vacaville. Or is that a different one?
It's not triple J's, sir. I'm okay with that. But this fellow I'm thinking of, the LA office of Ted Gunderson's COINTELPRO there hid the gun for months, almost a year, from the state authorities in the attempted murder of a tenure professor at San Diego State under the auspices of national security. And we don't fucking like the guys out there.
Then they threw him into Vacaville. His name was Dave something.
Hey, man, Dave's not here.
He's part of the SLA, though, right? With the Patty Hearst fucking.
There is some connectivity. You are correct, sir. I like
they nuked him with fucking MK Search in Vacaville. I forget his name now. Dave.
Yeah, Dave's not here, man.
Dave's not here, man. You mentioned something about. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you though, but you mentioned something about meditations. What do you think about that weird meditation room that they built?
As an employee of the United Nations, we all.
What do you got to say about that?
I don't want to besmirch their reputations.
You don't want to talk about Lucius Trust or
you're out of uniform, sir. I'm reporting you to my local United Nations Muppet. I hope to see you in uniform.
I have immunity. I'm a Swiss resident. I have immunity. I have the Swiss bank account. I have the Swiss gold.
Well, if you bring up the screen I just shared, this is what I've been digging into since Wednesday. Well, not just since Wednesday, because I've been digging into this for years.
Yeah, I'll bring that up in 1 second, sir. But if I may ask you, gents, for a proper introduction here, I know you all both joined me here before. I'm obviously being facetious when I introduced you for the first time back here as a guest for the first time. I do thank you all for joining me again, GCD, and I thank you folks of the interwebs for joining us. What is exactly what's going on new in the world of Troublemaker Jonas? Besides JJ,
not a whole lot of anything right now. Like I was saying to you pre-show, I was like 60 degrees on Sunday, and then there's definitely not any weather modification happening. There's definitely not legislation between Canada and the USA that says we have to report our weather modifications to each other. And there's definitely not a 1972 weather modification treaty. But I mean, it was 60 degrees and nice Canadian fall day on Sunday. And then it was 15 and a couple feet of snow on Monday morning. And I was like, oh, well, yeah. And then I just kind of been fucking lazy as fuck all week because I got nothing else to do.
There you go, sir. We got similar. Yeah. I blamed it on the alien weather devices of nearby Wrong-Patterson Air Force Base. Speaking to matters of national security, but we experienced an American version of the same storm. We didn't get feet of snow; we got inches, but it was 60 degrees before and after this, snowstorm. It was quite hot.
Yeah, I hear it's going to be a year of El Niños again, right? Because the lady that also lives on the same farm I do on a different part of it, she likes to follow all that weather prediction stuff.
What is that? Ben Franklin's Almanac? What are we talking here?
No, some dude on the internet. I don't know his fucking name. I don't care about these people because it's not hard to make predictions and then modify the results.
No way, dude. No way. You mean to tell me Nostradamus wasn't right?
and the Book of Esther definitely. Hey, the Book of Esther definitely did not predict the Nazis and 10 people would be hung in Germany, but that's a whole other story for another day, maybe.
Well, I mean, along these same lines, I like your brain holes, that, sir, and I'll put a pin in it for later, because along these same lines, we get a lot of this stuff in conspiracy culture today around, like, the Albert Pike Massini letter business, right?
Yeah.
Giuseppe
Massini, Leo Taxel hoax. I mean, we get a lot of these things that kind of get backdated around these narratives that are, demonstrably false.
I was thinking about Mazzini because I've been researching the years of lead. That's kind of my specialty. I really love it.
Yeah, I was teeing you up, sir. I know you're into that business. And welcome back, Dr. Inferno, for the very first time. What do you got going on? You keep threatening the podcast. You also keep threatening to come on here and talk. You keep threatening to come on here and talk Thomas Pynchon with me, and I'm going to hold you to
that. Oh,
yeah,
sir. That's right. Oh, yeah, you better hold me to it. Well, I'm getting through speaking of Pynchon, I'm getting through Shadow Ticket right now, which is pretty interesting. It's dealing with the Red Scare and the Palmer raids and all the rest of that business. And that's pretty interesting. So, but going back, yeah, I'm just basically trying.
I got a question for you, sir. Has national security touched you inappropriately, and show me on the doll where that occurred?
I will show you on the Robert the doll where he touched me. And
don't you dare, sir. Do not you dare invoke that fucking haunted beast. I mean, I'm joking and you're laughing, and this is a joke, but I've had a very Robert the Doll week, dude. No
disrespect to Robert the Doll. No disrespect.
I've had a very Robert the Doll cursed week. That son of a bitch tried to take my son from me. I mean, I blame it on Robert.
Man, sorry to hear that.
Well, I did a Hulk Hogan style Heimlich on my son the other day because he had some what the folks at Chili's described as steak. I would question the definition of that. Lodged in his throat hole, and then when I gave him the old quick Hulk Hogan Heimlich, I jammed my neck up pretty fucking solid. I got his back pretty good, but I made sure I got the job done. That's what I told him. I said, "Look, dude, we're gonna have some casualties of war here, but you survived though, bud." But chunk of steak goes flying out. The other chunk went up in the back of his nasal cavity. We had to go to the ER, get that motherfucker out, and then he had more lodged in his esophagus. It was a real Robert the Doll cursed event, if you ask me. But thank you for invoking that demon doll, sir.
My bad, man. My bad. Well, I say shouts out all the way to No Way Jose for bringing me on to talk about the years of lead. If you're listening, man, I want to do part 2. But going back to Mazzini, Mazzini was an interesting guy because he's one of the founders of the P2 Lodge. What people don't know about Italy is that Italy has like a dual lodge system. They got a front-facing lodge and they got like a submerged lodge, a covered lodge. And this is where like Berlusconi, Licio Gelli, all the rest of these like interesting figures.
Licio Gelli, sir, if I may, yes. Licio Gelli is one of the most under-discussed individuals in Western histories.
Hey, don't forget about Aurelio Piquet.
Okay, tell me about him. Go ahead.
Aurelio Piquet is the one who was the face of the Committee of 300 for the Club of Rome since the limits to growth. Yes. From
limits to growth.
Right up through about 2017, he was their face for the whole Club of Rome operation. He was also, I think, the CEO of Fiat, if I'm not mistaken. And it's kind of funny, the U.S. goes bankrupt, and then the Fiat comes in and buys one of the big three back in 2008, right? Definitely not tied to the Club of Rome.
Switzerland.
Why is the Club of Rome headquartered in Switzerland, sir?
Yeah, that's a good question. Evil Switzerland all again.
But don't forget, actually, we'll go back to the very first opening when you played that fucking Walmart fucking Pope there, whatever the fuck his name is.
Sir, I believe you're referring to America's Secretary of War's pastor.
Anyways, but just based on what he was saying, I'm gonna call him Pontifex Minimus. Pontifex Minimus instead of Maximus, because obviously the Maximus means you're the biggest bridge builder. Well, he wants to burn him down.
He's a bridge burner. I like it.
I'm just playing a little bit with the words there, but I mean, so if let's be honest, if we're talking about the Club of Rome being located in Switzerland, that is not at all suspect. Because who the fuck are the guards for the Vatican?
Oh yeah,
no, exactly. Well, you could look at them as guards for the Vatican.
Have you ever seen the Swiss guard? They look so goofy. Have you ever seen them? They look so goofy.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they're trained a lot better than they've looked. It's like Buckingham Palace, right?
Think of it this way, gents. They could be guarding the Pope, or they could be maintaining. They could be making sure he doesn't get out of pocket. Just like the Secret Service could be guarding the president, although time and time again they seem to be making sure he don't get out of pocket.
Now, if we're talking about also if we're talking about Switzerland, and I've brought this up before, but
if we're talking about Switzerland, is there a burger element to all this stuff?
Well, Basel Bank ain't shit these days. Well, it kind of is, but so it's called the FSB, Financial Stability Board. If you want to look that up while I'm speaking there, JJ. So in Financial Stability Board again. So that was created in 2008 by the G20, and it is the central bank that sits above all other central banks. Well, it is a division of the BIS, but even then, too. No, if you go to their website, you
added an I in there that was inappropriate, so I think it's just the BS.
No, if you go back to their actual website, I want to get into the really fun stuff on their website. Just
most folks don't know who this is, though, man. Let's meander about this one for a second. The BIS, headquartered in Switzerland.
So the BIS was created by a member of the National Socialists as well as a member of MI6. I forget their names. It was in 1920, about 25, I want to say. I could be wrong, maybe 31, somewhere between 25 and 31. But it was the head banker from England, head banker from the Nazi Party. They created the Bank of International Settlements, where all of the banks that are actually located within Switzerland are Basel as the Bank of International Settlements. This is before that, though, but it's they're unable to be audited by any country. Although they handle all the financial transaction of every country. And it's really funny, though, too, because, if they tie them into the World Bank, the IMF, and then people are like, oh.
Well, there you go, dude. No, it ties in the World Bank. It was a big shock looking back. I wasn't really familiar with a lot of these conspiratorial, not to the advanced nature I guess I am today, where my brain hole's at. But when this Muppet got arrested in New York City, dude, I'm like, how does the head of the World Bank and IMF get arrested? Or was he was the head of the World Bank and then the IMF? What was this guy? He gets arrested for rape, if you recall, right?
Yeah, he didn't get served shit, though. Right? They just fucking let him go, right?
Well, I mean, obviously. But how does that even happen, right? Like, what's going on there with something like that? This guy's like the head Muppet of Muppets with bankers, right?
I mean, that's when you get they have to fill the ranks of the patrols with the stormtroopers, right? So sometimes things get reported and they aren't smart enough to call their supervisor, I guess.
Yeah.
Or they're smart enough not to call their supervisor, but then they don't have a career.
No, but it is interesting because he's a French dude. There's, a lot of folks, consider the Israeli influence in America, the Chinese influence, all these matters, but Pakistani influences, the Indian, name the country.
Nobody ever considers the Swiss.
No, but
the French or the Swiss are both crafty, shady sons of bitches.
But if you could go back to the actual Financial Stability Board and just go to their directors. No, the one you brought up, the search.
Oh, my bad.
This is what I've been looking into. No, the BIS. If you go back to the search for the Financial Stability Board and go to their actual website.
Yeah, the BS, dude, the bank of bullshit.
Yeah, but if you go to the FSB website and at the top, I think it's who we are. No, go back further. One more.
Bueller.
Yeah, the search
one of their
board,
one there.
Some
board stuff, dude.
No, go up to the top to the search there.
Oh, this is Deutschland, brother.
I know, that one right there,
brother. Like, I don't even use that term usually, buddy.
Oh, I don't know where. So up at the top there.
Let's get a consultation on us. Let's get ourselves a consultation, sir, while we're here.
No. But I want you to bring up I think it's the about us, the directors. Yeah.
Members
I want
of the FSB.
I want everyone to see this here. So first off, the head of the Bank of England.
Look at this fucking Muppet, dude. They come out right off rip with this fucking Muppet. You want me to take this organization seriously, dude? Look at this guy.
He's the head of the Bank of England. And then if you look, his deputy head is also there.
Argentina, that's not Nazi. There's no Nazi connections to that country, is there?
The head of but these are all the top bankers, including Russia, who's allegedly been kicked off the SWIFT system, but they're still a member of the Financial Stability Board.
Dude, I don't buy any. Speaking of matters of national security, so I don't buy any of this Russian bullshit. Since 1972, NASA's been launching all of their shit out of Kyrgyzstan, not Kyrgyzstan. I was about to call it Kazakhstan, out of a Russian spaceport. Dude, get the fuck out of here, dude.
And now it's also the home of Astana. They're fucking. I say that's going to be one of the corners of the Greater Israel. So I think Astana, Kiev, whatever the fuck they call it.
I agree with you on that. I think that's often neglected. I think Ukraine is going to be probably the next Greater Israel.
No, it's going to be the borders of it, with Astana and down to Tehran and then down over to Riyadh.
Yeah, I would argue. I would argue also what's interesting about the Middle East is the Israel's use of the Druze and also the Kurds to sweep away like other Arab nations. That's often under discussed when we talk about Israel. Is the Kurds and the Druze. Right, vital to Israel's security and to their security front, and they're often like spies.
That's all I associate in real life is all Kurds and Serbs.
Oh yeah, Kurds are definitely tapped into American intelligence as well, and they've had
unintelligent, sir, unintelligent.
There's a lot of refugee ones up here, though. A lot of refugee ones. So, but do you know anything about the Yazidis?
Oh yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah, I actually know a couple of them that are up here too.
Yeah, I like the Yazidi religion. It's pretty chill.
What's their favorite dish within that ethnic group?
Falafel.
Come on, dude. You're not gonna come at me with some falafel. They got something better than falafel. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like falafel.
Sex with goats?
You don't like falafel?
No, I said I like falafel. Dude, ain't nothing fancy, dude. What else they got, dude? What else they eating?
I disavow.
I tell you, they have sex with goats, man. Like one of my goats. He had like 5 goats and spent way too much time with them on the farm. I'm like, bro, with their goats, they're not even a dog. You're not walking them. Although they did make some good
tradition
meat
amongst all farmers to have sex with their animals. How dare you?
Oh man, you're insulting West Virginia's legacy.
The goat was amazing when I did cook it up, but I mean,
I can't talk shit.
Years back here in
I can't
Ohio,
talk shit myself.
Years back, they passed a law saying that farmers could no longer have sex. It was illegal for farmers to have sex with their animals, and a lot of folks said, "What?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, of course they have to pass that law because there's too many farmers banging their fucking animals."
Was that an anti-Amish law?
Long-standing tradition.
Was that an anti-Amish law? Sounds like an anti-Amish law.
Yeah,
I mean, let's be honest.
Here,
let's be honest. I mean, if you're gonna rape a goat or your child, then go for the goat.
I'm not raping any. There'll be no goat raping here.
I'm referring to certain cultures.
Yeah, well,
I'd rather you rape a goat.
Speaking of goat rapers, we have this banking institution you pointed my brain hole to. It's very interesting, sir. So you could describe this person as being, this Muppet as being a member of the U.S. government. I would say otherwise, they're part of the Federal Reserve. However, we do actually have actual government representation from the Department of Treasury here.
Oh, yeah.
You can make the same argument with the SEC as you do the Federal Reserve, but the Department of Treasury is firmly a government agency of the federal government. Yeah, no,
this was created by the G20. I think it was 2008 or 2009 at the time of the induced global recession. And the reason they did that global recession is so they could push this through. And now this board, so the Federal Reserve doesn't even do their own fucking actions anymore. If you pay attention to what they talk about, they follow. Right? No, they follow the procedures, etc. of the FSB now, because
that's what I'm saying. They've outsourced. Yeah. They've outsourced their organization. They got to follow those rules, right?
I was talking so much shit I didn't actually hear you.
I know, but I'm saying, like,
hey, wait, your CIA boys here.
Oh, you got to be kidding me, dude! And he even apologized for being late. How dare you?
We need to.
RR channel, good to see you, bud. My favorite CIA AI bot, Bill Colby Ballwasher.
Well, it's kind of funny because
talking earlier, sir. You were not present for. I was actually going to send out a team of Muppets to find you. Just kidding.
Well, it's kind of funny because you know, with none of the topic, like the topic we were just talking about, is none of the shit that would normally get him here. But I think it's even more important than with the shit that usually does.
Well, yeah, it's money changers, right? You got, it's going to alert a lot of things, right?
Yeah. And no, the thing that I find most interesting about that, again, too, if you look, I'm pretty sure Venezuela is on it. I'm pretty sure the head of the Russian Federal Reserve Board is on it, and all these countries that are allegedly kicked out of the global financial system are all fucking sitting on the same board as U.S., North Korea, or no, Korea is just that one. Sorry,
that's just regular Korea, sir. That's regular Korea.
Yeah, and you see BIS has its own members, the OECD, ECB, European Commission.
What's going on here?
Yeah, their central bank, the governor's there.
I know, dude, but like, are they part of the MBS faction? What are we going on over there?
I don't know at this time. South Africa, so BRICS, all the representatives of BRICS are there, but BRICS is taking on the U.S. dollar.
How about matters of national security? There was that whole thing during the previous Trump administration where they were holding out. Somebody was hiding in the former leader of Turkey in Pennsylvania, the same place where Netanyahu grew up. That motherfucker's American. Why is it we got a dude from Philadelphia waging war in the Middle East, sir?
Well, I mean, on Wednesday, I did show you that you had a Hezbollah member who was the vice president of fucking Venezuela, but at the same time, instead of mentioning that and bringing that up, Donald Trump's is like, no, this is the real president here, but he's sitting in the fucking State of the Union address. But you're not mentioning that Hezbollah has a fucking member on the Venezuelan presidency. But I mean,
not important. Matters of national security, sir. We can't talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, they must have thought I was Doc Inferno on the IP address.
We got to dock down, dude. Doc's down.
They probably thought they hit his IP address when they got me. I mean,
they got hit by a laser, sir.
Yeah, I got hit by the laser, man. Yeah.
Did national security touch you, sir?
I think they didn't. I think they're hitting me with the microwave.
Show me on the doll, sir, where national security touched you. Show me on the doll.
I think they hit me with the microwave. I mean, I got to drill these people back. I got to drill them with the microwave beam back. Blah, 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 blah.
Don't be exaggerating. It's just a DDoS.
Why not? We jumped a little bit head first here, gents.
I want to.
We jumped a little brain hole first, real fast, real deep here in these matters. So I'm not surprised we get the Muppets from Langley coming to visit, or go fuck yourself.
Don't underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate yourself.
I mean,
real facts.
I mean, JJ, I don't know why I would say that it's a suspect that all the nations of BRICS are business partners with the U.S. and England and Switzerland.
That's what I was starting to look at there, sir. I saw Brazil on there. I'm like, wait a second. These are the folks that are against the Federal Reserve and the Golden Age.
Yeah, or it's Hegelian.
There you go, sir. There you go.
Dialectic. Hegelian dialectic.
So I mean,
Brazil's the main figure behind that, along with China, and they're both on. Those are the BRICS cornerstones.
Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa are all on there too. Board.
Every one of them are on there, dude. How are we in league with the people that want to ruin our monetary system?
And they have an input.
I wonder if Israel's developing those ethnic weapons. And I wonder if they're developing those ethnic weapons for the Palestinians.
By ethnic weapons, sir, do you mean lasers?
No, actually, I mean biological.
Are they going to be in space, Marjorie Taylor, whatever the fuck her name is, Marjorie
Taylor Greene, Miss
yeah.
But what you're hitting on, sir, as far as this Hegelian dialectic and these natures that we often deal with in conspiracy culture, I think that are often ignored as well, because right in our face all time and time again, we get the same attitudes and activities and mode of operations. And I argue Bill Hicks, Alex Jones is a great example.
So here's the false flag.
And I'm going to stop sharing that one that I was sharing, because
if you were going to do a bunch of conspiracies, but you wanted to discredit the idea that conspiracies happen, you would create someone like Alex Jones who would say plausible things like 25%, 33% of it makes perfect sense. And then on top of that, you would add reptilians. so that people would go, oh, that's just crazy talk. Oh, a Gulf of Tonkin, you think the government set that up. Oh, you also think there's lizard people. You're one of those Alex Jones guys.
Chemtrails. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I know him too well to.
That weird Turkish Muppet makes some weird points. I think he actually condoned banging a horse one time live on the air, so that's weird. But anyhow, even the horse bangers make a good point.
You know what, though? Experience, but
even the horse bangers make a good point from time to time. Their clocks
an apology to her too, right? I saw her apologize.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to bang horses. I was kidding about that.
No, but I'm saying Anna Kasparian's really hitting on some topics lately. She's been on fire recently.
But JJ,
she almost get murdered. Oh, didn't she almost get mugged and murdered almost? Like, didn't that what? I mean, that's gonna have an alteration.
I'm saying she's calling out our greatest allies. You could say.
Yeah.
You know, like
anyhow,
talking about
that movie makes a great point about.
Hey, leave me out of this. Leave me out of this. No, JJ, if you bring up, since we're talking about things that are right in front of our face and people just do the distraction, I dropping the link. No, I'm not dropping the link in the channel because it has to be posted by you. But anyway, so I always like bringing
put it in the private chat. I'll put it over there. What do you got?
I always like bringing this one up because everyone wants to talk about Agenda 2030. Motherfucker, that agenda's done. 2040 is done. They're halfway through 2050. They're working on 2063.
Get it off my plane, sir.
In case you don't believe me, here's the official website for Agenda 2063, the Africa that we want. Not the Africa that Africa wants, but it's the Africa that we want. And who is the we?
I don't want any Africa, sir. I've been there. I've been to Africa. I'm not a fan.
If I scroll down here, where's my? Like, fuck it. I should have plugged my mouse.
I'm not gonna lie to you, sir. I'm accustomed to modern conveyances. I'm fine with them as well. I grew up bathing in a fucking river, in a creek. Anyhow, my point there being is that's a true story, dude. A lot of folks are like, what? We had water. We had well water. And they just had to get up. My grandmother was very concerned about the status of that well water. Boy, you got to go bathe in that creek. So that's what if it was warm outside to bathe in the creek, I'm bathing in that fucking creek. Anyhow, when I go over to Africa, dude, I'm telling you, dude, that is a different. I mean, there's a lack of water and modern conveyances here in America. Then there's that same kind of environment in Africa, and I assure you, it's not the same. I've been to Djibouti. That's a real place. Sounds made up. But.
Djibouti, yeah. It's near Ethiopia.
Yeah, I actually know a couple guys from there.
Even worse, dude. Even worse, the Mussolini Enterprises ran that shit into like what 45.
Well, I mean,
they beat them. No. The Ethiopia beat them. Basically, it was like they ran Italy out.
That was Abyssinia.
That's what I'm saying, though. But it was a province of Italy, that Eritrea, that region of Africa, if you will.
Well, the Eritreans and the Ethiopians ate each other, and you mentioned that. Pretty interesting. You were talking about conspiracy culture. The next war in the middle.
Djibouti's kind of the middle ground of those two of that dispute, though, right?
Well, the next war in the Middle East that's going to happen probably is going to be between Egypt and Ethiopia over the Nile. That's like, and also Saudi Arabia also gets a lot of its water from Ethiopia and places like that. So, believe it or not, it has geopolitical significance.
Well, the one thing that I think it was about 2 years ago, the one thing that I saw, sometimes I get into some really interesting other sources, but the one thing I saw, I forget where I saw it, but if I did, I'd give a shout out. I think it was Robert Kelly He was a head NATO guy. He's only ever been in Europe, and then they put him on as the ambassador in South Sudan, which was a country that they just created under Obama, right? So it's like, oh, okay, so they're about to make Africa hot. But
Northern Sudan's always been a hot spot for like bio warfare.
There hadn't been a concerted effort in Africa for DoD stuff until recent years. What you're saying about this program, it makes a lot of sense to me because they didn't start AFRICOM until like 2010.
Yeah. So
AFRICOM's the command of operations. You assign a new 4-star general in charge of that.
Well, let's not forget, just last year though too, right? You had the DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, had their fucking little thing blow off. Man, and even last year, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to try and find that article. But like, I think it was The Guardian or The Intercept. One of them was like, oh yeah, there's been 60 fucking revolutions in Africa since like 2020, and all of them are tied to Central Intelligence or MI.
Yeah. Ever since Speaking of Africa, this guy plays a very pivotal part. There was an anti-communist regime that was
King Leopold. No, I'm kidding.
King Leopold, Dodge Hammerskid.
Who is this?
Yeah,
He's African, dude. I didn't look African.
Well, I mean,
Hamas gold.
We're all Africans, right?
Hey, we all work for the UN now, sir.
I believe that.
We're all
There's 5 haplogroups, right? But let's not bring that up.
Well, anyway, this guy set up a province, and I think America did during the time when a place called Katanga, which is a rather interesting place that had ties to
place,
apartheid.
Sir. It's not a real place.
It is a made up. Of course, it's a made up place, but I mean, it still exists.
That is exactly what happens. They start a war, then they create borders that don't actually exist prior to the war, which guarantees a second war. And then this is the plan that they've used every single time since Vienna in 1682.
What you're describing to me, sir, is the entire history of the Middle East in our modern era, whether it's Israel, Saudi Arabia. You know, those Turkish folks, they moved into the Arab nation and said, hey, guys, you can have this new place. We'll call it the House of Saud, Saudi Arabia.
I mean, even go back to the 1700s when.
What do you make? I mean, what do you make of the Dome? You think the Dome are connected?
What do you make of it, sir?
Saud? I'm asking you. I know about the Dome. I'm asking you.
Oh wait, who are the Dome? Because right now the only thing I'm thinking of is I think it's
the Frankish, baby. Sabatine.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. The 1666 Sabatine Frank. But then in my head, I'm also thinking they're called Dome. I was thinking Dome.
The Dome. Yes, well, Dome, whatever, man. Potato.
Yeah, I'm kind of retarded like that.
As an Irishman, I will not have you offend potatoes in that manner here on my program.
Are you really? You're everything, man. You're everything. You're everything.
Hey. Bobby Sands.
You got this red face from somewhere, buddy. Look here, buddy.
Hey, man, no shade on the IRA, but they did side with Israel, which was kind of bad, in my opinion.
No, they're partners with the.
I'm a Northern Irishman. We call ourselves the Scots-Irish, the Ulster Scots, if you will.
No, they were rolling with the Palestinians too. They were with the PLO as well, but still shouts out.
No, I don't. I'm not of the Catholic varieties. I'm saying I'm the Protestants of the Protestant variety.
You're an Ulster. You're a dirty fucking Ulster.
Yeah, the Ulsters. We're those shady bastards who invaded Ireland.
You're the shady bastard. You're the shady bastard that set up all those secret societies, those Masonic paramilitary units.
Sir John Vance. I'm not technically a Vance, but I am on paper. Sir John Vance, the son of Patrick Vance, Sir Patrick Vance, who was an associate of King James of the Bible fame. Our channel is going to love that one. You know, that whole son of a bitch that supports. She's got a whole weird narrative surrounding the whole.
I mean, Scots-Irish. Scots-Irish are really not wasp, to be honest with you.
Well, Patrick Vance's son, John Vance, was the first Barnbarg Vance into Ulster, the Ulster Scots there in Northern Ireland. And he married John F. Kennedy's
alternative Ulster.
He married into the Kennedy family. So his wife was one of Kennedy's forefathers' sisters. So they married into the Catholics over there in Ireland. So there is an epicenter of that activity there immediately. Yes, sir.
But have you ever heard the song "Alternative Ulster" by Stiff Little Fingers? I just had to bring that up because the band's called. I'm gonna bring that up because the band's called Stiff Little Fingers, but I mean,
I'm only half ginger. I got half a soul. I'm only half ginger. I'm only half ginger. I got red beard.
Well, you know how I said I was gonna try and find about all the revolutions in Africa, whatever. So I just shared my screen with you because I just want to show you the top result, which is kind of funny. I just put out revolutions in Africa since 2000, and I clicked on news here that everyone can see. And the first is a podcast from the Council on Foreign Relations. Tell me that the fucking media is not manipulated on behalf of all these fucking, what they call it there, the Royal Institute of International Affairs, CFR, etc. bullshit. So I just found that really interesting. So I wanted to bring that up. But
that is interesting. And I'd also like to bring up another interesting topic here while we have this moment here. Thank you all for joining us here tonight to get a little GCD. And I'd like to thank you, gents, for joining me here to get a little GCD on these matters here on my Fridays here, Operation GCD Fridays.
Absolutely.
And I'd like to tell our channel to go fuck yourself and tell those Muppets at Langley also to go fuck yourselves. And also, I'd like to play my favorite game here on Operation GCD Fridays. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
You tell me.
Are we talking about
who is your daddy and what does he do?
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but by all appearances, based on the information available in my brain hole, Tom Brady's clone is currently the quarterback for the New England Patriots.
Who the fuck are either of those people? That's not hockey. And that's not Wayne Gretzky.
Tom Brady announces he cloned his DNA. I'm not exactly certain what that means. I have a couple ideas on which. And then today we have a guy playing quarterback for the New England Patriots who looks identical. If you ask me, it's identical to Tom Brady. Was born in North Carolina, the same locations where Tom Brady cloned his DNA approximately 23 years ago, the same age as this young man who plays quarterback like Tom Brady. He throws a lot of fucking touchdowns.
I mean, if we're talking
he scores
about
a lot of goals, as the ice hockey correlation, if you will.
Yeah. No, thanks for that segue, but I mean, I can't ever prove it, but I'm just gonna say Wayne Gretzky. You know, if I want to be stereotypical, if I want to go on some tropes, he's definitely a certain ethnicity with that nose. Do you know who Wayne Gretzky is?
Well, but I'm familiar with the legend Wayne Gretzky. Sure. The great one, as they call him, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying, with that nose, he definitely kind of goes towards some ethnic group as far as stereotypes and tropes go. And I like to have fun and offend people, so have fun. Although his wife, though, too, right? She was in Naked Gun, I think. So we can kind of
no, sir. She was a co-star of Don't You Dare, Sir. How dare you? Police Academy 5, Mission to Miami Beach. So let's be honest about the situation. You need to get up to speed in your Police Academy films.
And then
Police Academy films. The reason why I joined the reason why I became a cop is because of the Police Academy films. I'm joking, but
what do you think? You're fucking Hightower?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was after. The Hightower bit. I was more of a Tackleberry guy myself.
Yeah. No, that's just on the Wikipedia. I can't find what I was looking for. But even then, too, it's kind of funny because Gretzky, he's huge up here still. He lives, he's from Brantford, Brantford or Branton? No, he's from Brantford, which is just down the way from me. He's got all his fucking wine.
He's the Tom Brady of Canada, if you will. He's the Tom Brady of Canada.
But he's got all his wine distributors. But his daughter there, though, is making some sort of Hollywood career. So she was probably tossed around, as a child.
Oh, well, yeah, dude. I used to listen to radio. Years ago, I would listen to a radio show host. I think he's still in D.C., Elliot in the Morning. That dude was obsessed with Wayne. He's a Canadian. He's obsessed with Wayne Gretzky's daughter, has been for years. So I've heard all about these stories.
I don't even know too much about her, although if I look it up now, she's a model. But what was I going to say, though?
What are your gents' thoughts here, though? Tom Brady reveals that he cloned his DNA 23 years ago in a bioscience experiment. Again, I got some questions about that and these nebulous statements.
I mean, it doesn't really surprise me, considering the fact that doing these
this shit. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Right, they've been doing these types of experiments like in Korea for a long time.
Stop it! How dare you, sir? You should stop. They've been doing a lot of these experiments in America for a long time.
Well, yeah, I'm saying Korea was kind of at the forefront of it as well,
dude. The human.
I mean, have either of you ever heard of fucking Joseph Mengele?
I have, sir, but let's do a Mengele experiment today, sir. The human is reported to be alive today, sharing similar physical traits to Tom Brady. Well, I'll tell you who that human probably is. This motherfucker, dude. Who is his daddy? What does he do? Look at this guy, dude. He throws touchdowns like Tom Brady. He's from North Carolina, the same location. He's the same fucking age. That's what I'm saying, dude. Are we looking? Because we know the NFL is used as a massive psychological operation. I mean, let's be honest about the situation. It's used for massive psychological operation, right?
But can you bring up the picture of the other one that we were talking about, and who's your daddy, and what did he do earlier this week? Harris?
Refresh my brain hole, sir.
Harris Jackson?
I don't remember that, dude. We have a conversation about this. I'm searching.
I sent you the video where she had holes in her nose, and you're like, "Oh yeah, who's your best friend?"
My bad, dude. My bad. My apologies. Sure, I'll bring that up here momentarily. But let's be honest about the situation. If we're implying Nazis matters of national security, why would there not be a program to then, modify your fucking star quarterbacks in the best manner possible, right? In the psychological operation, the amount of connection between the DoD and NFL is ridiculous. That's one thing I used to raise fucking fury about. Why the fuck are we using taxpayer money to fly fucking flyovers over every fucking stadium? Here's the thing: when you have planes flying everywhere, you got to have fucking cops guarding those planes. And when you have cops guarding those planes, at one point in time, you had this red-faced asshole telling you guys can go fuck yourselves. So I'm just saying the connections between the two and what it's utilized for, right? And I don't think
the other thing is though too is I mean, we can get on some of the real tangents here, so I'll be careful on what I say. But as far as if you go to NIH, or because all their research is allegedly, not all of it's all that truthful, but there's all kinds of cloning information that's out there. There's all kinds of cloning documents that have been published. Now, it's really funny, though, too, and let's just go ahead and say some things that might get us in a little bit of trouble, because currently they get all these shitfluencers that are, like Milo, he's compromised. You get fucking, Laura Loomer compromised. Gavin McInnes
Larry Loomer, sir. Larry Loomer?
Larry Loomer.
No, I will not have. How dare you, sir? I will not have you diminish that trans MAGA star here on Operation GCD.
But the point of
he's part of the transpocalypse, sir. We should all watch out for that and lasers.
Please, but the point I'm getting at is the point I was getting at is all these people want you to believe that, like, oh, Epstein was trafficking children, and that man, that's the fucking limited hangout that they want you on. So you stay the fuck away from the fact that Epstein had a $250 million tax rebate.
Runner heavy trans MAGA tech. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. Saying that Jeffrey Epstein had a $250 million tax rebate from the U.S. government in the U.S. Virgin Islands. For a DNA database, so as far as, all these people that are going missing, I would say a lot of them are for, Dr. Fauci, Brooklyn style research from the 1980s. And if you don't know what that is, he was taking, foster kids and then forcing them to receive, HIV injections, and then forced liver to dialysis at 4 years old and shit. So I mean, but they want you to think that they want you to think that the really weird shit that they were doing on Epstein Island was the sex, which was only they allowed the dirty old men to enjoy themselves before they stole their organs or whatever other body parts from them. So that's the really creepy stuff, and that's my opinion.
I agree, sir. This is really creepy. Look at this creature. Now, I don't know about Mossad age, and I left that up there just because of shits and giggles over these whole matters of.
I mean, the first picture is James Keefe. Why is he on there?
Right? What's that, sir?
And that first picture is James Keefe. Why is he on there?
That's not James O'Keefe. That's Larry Loomer.
Tell me that doesn't look like James O'Keefe, the first one.
Here's the deal. Where do you think Larry Loomer got his start? James O'Keefe.
So they're probably twin brothers.
Has had so much fucking surgery, dude. It's a fake Jewish person. I recently learned as well, doing some genealogy.
So they probably had they're probably twin brothers, like Kathy Griffin is fucking Anderson Cooper's brother.
Ooh, I actually think there might be something to that. But that's what I'm saying, dude. These matters of national security, these narratives that are behind the scenes that folks know about on a kind of open secret type of manner. That might be something every New Year's Eve when Kathy Griffin and Anderson Cooper get together on the TVs. They maybe joke around off camera, like, "Hey, brothers," "Hey, brother,"
Dude, remember that one time when she was getting drunk and it was kind of really weird on New Year's Eve? I'd like, obviously I don't watch it because I was working at the bar at the time, but I saw like people fucking making all these jokes about like how she was just
Kathy
drunk
Griffin,
and belligerent on Anderson Cooper, and it's like, well,
it's not a stable individual, dude. There's not a mentally healthy individual. There's clearly problems there. So it makes a lot of sense to me. It looks a lot like Anderson Cooper's allegedly dead brother who allegedly jumped out a window, right? And then why is it these two parties again? Is it sheer coincidence? Is it high weirdness? Perhaps. I doubt it. That she looks just like his dead brother, and they're a duo every year on TV. All right, that's what I'm saying. There's a narrative that exists in this country, in this nation, in the Western world, of under premises of national security, meaning only need to know basis kind of deals, right? I think a lot of that shit revolves around matters such as that.
I think some of the shit they do on purpose just to make you look like you're fucking retarded.
There's probably an element to that as well. What were you saying there, Dr. Inferno? I believe I shut you down there. I'll do it again. Watch out.
No, what I was saying is that you were talking about like influencers, and what you guys are talking about like is interesting. But I think you got to kind of pay attention to what's going on with the new generation, people that are being propped up now, like Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson and all the rest of that stuff. Because that's like the new pivot. That's like the new pivot. These people are kind of old dudes.
Nick Fuentes, you mean the guy who Nick Fuentes, the guy who just coincidentally has the same last name, is also from Chicago, the same as Robert Mueller's assistant FBI director.
Oh, the same Nick Fuentes who's on video camera telling folks to go into the Capitol building, yet did 0 jail time.
Oh yeah, that's right. A lot of people don't touch upon it, and there's also connected to Alaska.
Well, first of all, sir, I'm not touching on anything here, especially when it comes to Nick Fuentes, but I understand.
And remember, the only thing that I ever saw about fucking Nick Fuentes up until like recent, because they have this whole thing where they push Fuentes big on the black community. Because it's all of my black friends that tell me about him all the time. I'm like, man.
Really? I didn't know that. He's big in the black community?
No, they push it on their feed. They push it on their feed.
It's because of the Kanye thing. It's because of the Kanye. It's because of the Kanye thing.
Oh, yeah, that's
they've been pushing it on the black feed forever. But the point I was getting at is the only thing that I ever seen about him before, like the last 6 months, was that he flew that fucking cat boy that like over from Australia. So he's a tranny lover.
Yeah, dude. I was about to say not that specific instance, but wasn't there an instance where there was Kanye, Nick Fuentes, and then some other fellow? There was some weird sexual
Milo. They were fighting. Yeah, and they were fighting over each other. Milo was fighting Nick Fuentes over Kanye, pretty much. They were trying
I'm talking about a hot mic moment amongst Kanye, Nick Fuentes, and some, I believe, retarded fella out of Houston who's a streamer.
Well, wait, you're talking Karl Rove's ex-lover, or the one that Milo's dropping all kinds of shit that he's
no, sir.
Ali Alexander.
Not the kid did her Ellie. No, sir, not the kid did her Ellie Alexander.
This is news to me.
I'm talking about what was I talking about?
Retarded love.
What were you talking about?
Give me a name, sir.
Retarded love. Name. Nick Fuentes.
Need a name right now.
Nick Fuentes.
Mr. Brace disowned his gay son. Very compassionate, Mr. Brace. Mr. Ray put his mother in a third-rate nursing home and used the profits from the sale of her home to buy an oriental rug for himself. Heavens. Mr. Barker flew to Thailand on the company account to have sex with an 11-year-old boy.
Anyhow, it's not important about homosexual, fake conservative outlet, controlled opposition characters who should be in prison. And are probably the offspring of Mueller's assistant there. Mueller, the guy who brings us all sorts of tyranny in America, not the least of which permitting Isaac Asimov's son, David Asimov, to do no jail time for the largest child porn collection in American history. Hey, America. So what were you doing there, Doctor, besides regular doctor stuff, non-doctor, Dr. Inferno? We might need a real doctor blowing up some brain holes. I've blown up my brain hole here a couple times here with you gents blowing up my brain hole. I apologize. There's a comment in the chat I am very fascinated by, and I'd like to see. Sadly, these are the times I'm unfortunately in agreement with our channel, and I hate that. I hate that real bad. Some would say I'm in disagreement or in agreement with myself. I think that's a hilarious conspiracy theory. But OJ's mom, Orenthal James Simpson's mother, has connections to the Jim Jones People's Temple. Well, that's fucking interesting, man. You gents ever seen something like that?
I have not.
Brent Thompson's when I brought it up to us here. Thank you, Brent.
That's interesting, though.
I mean, O.J. Simpson was, let's be honest, he was the same age as me, so he was accused of murdering his broad by the time we were like 10 years old. So, I mean, I don't know too much about him other than fucking Naked Gun.
Well, he was the Hertz rental car guy. He was running through the airport, so I remember him doing that in TV commercials.
It's real life.
He's also a Scientologist. He joined Scientology at a very interesting time. Oh, yes,
now,
you didn't know Scientologist, sir.
My mind. No, I didn't.
Can you bring up my screen that I'm sharing with you right now, too? Getting back to FedTez.
Are you telling me there's a burger element to all this?
Free fries when you get vaccinated? I got vaccinated. You're saying I could get this? These delicious fries? Wait a minute. But there's also a burger element to this? Let me check with Bill Neathart. Is it too early in the day to eat a burger? No. This could be breakfast? Okay. I want you to look at this and think about, again, some people love hamburgers, some don't. Really want to respect all ways of life. But if this is appealing to you, just think of this when you think of vaccination. Vaccination. I'm getting a very good feeling about vaccination right this moment.
And they're like wedge fries. They're not even like curly Q fries. Ugh.
They're not even fucking poutine. Come on.
Ugh.
But
let's check with Bill Retard on that one. What do you got there? What are we looking at here?
So I find it really interesting. So I'm talking about Nick Fedtez.
You mean Thomas Fuentes, sir, the associate director of the FBI? That Muppet that I play the clip from, sir, if I may, the one that says,
yeah.
When he's making a budget-free law enforcement and intelligence agency, he keeps one thing in mind: keep fear alive. And he says this while making the budget for the fucking FBI, dude.
But at the same time, right? So it says here it includes offices at FBI headquarters, 76 legal attaché offices, U.S. embassies, consulates worldwide. He was responsible for FBI special agents and analysts assigned Interpol, DC, United Nations, Europol. He was the assistant director of the FBI for 2004 through 2008. So, he's kind of a public figure, right? And he's also
a very public figure.
Same last name, but he doesn't have a fucking picture on Wikipedia, the CIA website of information. I just find that really fucking suspect.
I got a video of him, dude. Here, stand by, sir. I'm just trying to find it.
Oh no, there's pictures of him where I would say he looks.
Some Muppets are on the chopping block. I can't find my O.J. Simpson Scientology clip. I can't find my Thomas Fuentes Keep Fear Alive clip, dude. Some Muppets are getting fired here, sir.
I would say that he kind of looks a lot like Nick Fuentes when he's younger. But again, too, I just find it really odd that they don't have his.
Here's the deal, buddy. Are you my brain hole, sir?
They just don't have his picture.
I called an audible at the last minute to do the cloning one because I got a Who's Your Daddy? What Does He Do with Nick Fuentes, and he looks a lot like Jolyon West. Wouldn't that? I like where you're at with it too. I'm just saying, wouldn't that be weird? Wouldn't that be fucking?
Yeah, weird? I mean, either way, it's weird as shit. And then you have fucking that whole recent what's his name? Piers Morgan on fucking what's it called? So Piers Morgan was on what the fuck's the Iranian guy's name? PBD. Or whatever. Patrick Bet-David, the one who likes the one who's clearly an agent because he always talks to all the CIA the CIA mafia guys.
Dude,
he
built an entire insurance empire on Mormons and Scientology exclusively. Those are his only employees by his own admission. That and Armenians, because he's Iranian and he's half Persian, half Armenian, and those Armenians stick together.
Man, this is hilarious. I can't even find a young picture of Tom Fuentes or like a decent one. Like the guy was the head of assistant director of FBI. Like it should be everywhere.
You covered, sir. I got you covered. Sir.
No. So Piers Morgan was on PBD, and he's like, oh, and they're going out of their way to have a conversation about Nick Fuentes. Like clearly, y'all fuckers are pushing him in there because he's an agent. No, I mean even younger than that. Like when he was
well, I mean, let's be honest, though. How old's Nick Fuentes?
He's 23, 27, something like that. So, yeah, no, this guy's like 45 years, double his age. But, yeah.
If this man were his father, this would be the age of which time he was born. He'd be a young in diapers fella.
I just want to respond to the audience. I have done a deep dive in Giorgiani, and if JJ wants to bring me on again, talk about Giorgiani, I'll gladly come in and do the deep dive on Giorgiani. But that's an interesting.
What are you calling me, sir? What did you call me, sir?
I call you Giorgiani.
What is it? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
He's an esoteric Hitlerist occultist that was tied to people like Richard Spencer and others, and he deals now with like UFOs and
he has some decent writings, but then like it's like the decent writings are like 15% of the like, and then 85% just pushing new age bullshit.
Keep fear alive, gents. Keep it alive.
I mean, honestly, like some of his writings are pretty interesting, and his connections go pretty deep.
Yeah.
Time out.
Yeah, I would say like 15% of it is
time out, fellas.
Yeah.
Let's listen to this man. This guy's the guy making the budget for the FBI, describing his thought processes real time in 2004 of how he does that.
If you're submitting budget proposals for a law enforcement agency, for an intelligence agency, you're not going to submit the proposal that we won the war on terror and everything's great, because the first thing's going to happen is your budget's going to be cut in half. You know, it's my opposite of Jesse Jackson's keep hope alive. This is keep fear alive. Keep it alive.
And that's how the national security state has grown in epic proportions. And that Muppet was making the FBI's budget at the time.
Fun fact, though.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna get a little side tangent here, and I think it was Uncle Ted's asking like, "Oh, yeah, blacks in Canada." Well, we have a few of them, but most of the ones I know are in the USA. But
Buffalo
do a lot
soldiers,
of
you got some Buffalo soldiers, dude. They're in the heart of America.
But what's really funny is he said I do the opposite of Jesse Jackson to keep hope alive. Well, Jesse Jackson, of course, is allegedly the founder of the Rainbow Coalition. But he's
check this out, sir. You might be onto something, sir. The Muppets at Langley are telling you you're wrong about Fuentes. So
but so no, I want to get even more fun because he brings up Jesse Jackson. Of course, he was the man who set up Martin Luther King. Let's just be honest. We all know that he was the operator that had to go back to the room and take his tie off. I mean,
let's not advocate responsibility from Al Sharpton. Jesse Jackson, right? Al Sharpton. There was a little combo at that time,
you mean the
right?
mafia snitch? You mean the snitch?
Yes, sir. That formerly he's a great big fat person. And Rick Rubin, Mr. Process Church Hollywood himself. Dude,
Rick Rubin is an interesting one.
He's right there with Sharpton and Jesse Jackson at the very same time period. He would later produce an album based on the Process, but that's a different story altogether.
But the point I'm getting at is so Jesse goes ahead and names his album, or not his album, his organization, the Rainbow Coalition. Well, he stole that from the FBI murder victim, Fred Hampton, who was the Black Panther leader, who was blending together the KKK of Illinois with the Black Panthers in the 60s. So the FBI ran into his fucking apartment at 23 and blasted the fuck out of him. So I just wanted to bring that up because you got this fucking Fed bringing that up.
Oh, you mentioned Fred Hampton. You mentioned Fred Hampton. It's pretty interesting. He was trying. What he was trying to do is he was trying to unify, like, sort of the urban Appalachians that were on the south. Well, actually, the north side, in Chicago with the Black Panthers. I think it was. I can't think of their name right now.
And they named it the Rainbow Coalition. They named it the Rainbow Coalition.
Yeah, you're right on that. Yeah. And then the FBI basically ran up in Fred Hampton's crib and pretty much just murked him.
Like 100 fucking rounds.
Rip and runs, dude. They're known for their rip and runs.
Like 100 rounds, bro, in a small apartment.
R.I.P. Fred Hampton. R.I.P.
Here's Orenthal James Simpson discussing how he went clear.
Right.
Which is what?
Which is in Scientology, I guess, is an area where I felt I had reached the state of clear, right?
Which is what?
Which is in Scientology, I guess, is an area where you're one with all, see all, know all. At least that's the way I interpreted it at the time. You got to that state? I thought I had, or had from time to time reached that state, especially.
That's 1983, I believe, or 84. He joins in 78. The same time he stars in Capricorn 1. At the same time, he gets hired for a national spokesperson for Hertz Rental Car. You know who hired him for that spokesperson job? The father of the Menendez brothers, who was the executive vice president of Hertz Rental Car.
Oh, it's funny how that all connects together.
Yes, sir.
That's a good find, JJ. I didn't know that about OJ. That is like so interesting. And
I'm an Orenthal James Simpson super fan, sir. I appreciate that. I do.
I thought he was just a dull running back or like a legendary running back.
Are you serious right now, Dan?
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
How dare you, sir?
I'm not a.
Here's the deal, bud. I got into these matters of Orenthal James Simpson in regards to tracking the investigatory chronologies of one Maury Terry. He dove headfirst into the affairs of the Orenthal James Simpson case, and I'll tell you why. Carl Colby, son of Bill Colby, chief witness in prosecution. Hey, go fuck yourself, RR, and then Muppets at Langley. And also Bob Cocaine Evans is all around every party, including Orenthal James Simpson used to have a weekly tennis game at Bob's house.
Interesting. Hey, JJ, hit that comment from Pedro. That's an interesting thing.
You hit that comment, sir.
Hit that comment. Hit that comment. That's an interesting aspect. I never hear people talk about this. I think what's lacking, believe it or not, in parapolitics and
fuck off.
in these communities is
Are we giving RR credit here on Operation GCD? How dare you, sir? I'm just kidding, Pedro. Because it was RR who brought this up.
But I just brought this up here too. I'm always going to bring up the bedside assassination because they do have like the room where it's blasted. It's like 800 fucking, well, not 800, but like 100 rounds or whatever. But this is the crime scene photos of their entry into Fred Hampton's apartment, and I think it was in one. I want to say Cabrini and Green, but that's just because that's like the big popular projects from Chicago. But anyway, so yeah, this is how they entered his apartment is just like a 23-year-old kid because he was Black Panther and had guns. Put like 100 rounds in him. So,
well, if you gents want to talk burger elements and Freemasonry of the Prince Hall variety, and here's one that no one talks about. Convicted kid diddler and a man who was financed his cult by Wesley Snipes and his Blade money, was a member of the cult along with the band Outkast. One Malachi Z. Dr. York, Florence, Colorado today.
Dr. Z. York.
This is the man who invented hip hop via his protege. Who's also a kid diddler, Africa Boombada.
Oh yeah, Zulu Nation.
Well, if I may, real quick, he has an official lodge of Prince Hall Freemasonry known as the Nuwaubian Lodge, Grand Lodge of the Nuwaubian Nation. It's an officially recognized Prince Hall Lodge. That dude, that motherfucker, is in Florence Supermax prison today for raping and sex trafficking children.
And
Wesley Snipes financed the entire operation.
And one thing I will point out, though, too, is everyone talks about the boule, but like Dr. Inferno was saying earlier, we also have to start paying attention to kind of the separation that is going in without or on within the Black community. So you do have the boule societies, etc., but now it's kind of going towards the Divine Nine, which is the the top 9 sororities and frats within his HBCUs. And while we're on this here, I'm just going to do a fun side note. So there's a HBCU named Spelman. Of course, it's named after
Spelman,
Laura.
yeah, Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah, named after Laura Spelman, who is the dead wife of John D. Rockefeller I, and it's also the Laura Spelman Memorial Fund is how the Rockefeller Foundation funneled all their money to the London School of Communism in the 1920s, long before David Rockefeller went there and became a graduate. But just throwing some little facts out there that are easily documented. You know, it's really funny though. Speaking of the London School of Communism, I was on like a chat earlier today on YouTube, and they're talking about Hillsdale College. I'm like, fuck Hillsdale College. Like, their president went to the London School of Communism. It's all communist subversion, and their past president before that was banging his fucking son's wife while his father was a Fabian Society member. And, you know, I pissed off a lot of people by saying that there. But, yeah, the guy who runs Hillsdale College, London School of Communism graduate.
On these matters of, you know, manufactured reality, social engineering, we got this issue out of, you're talking about these historic black universities. We got this situation where in the University of Idaho where this Looney Tunes individual went on TikTok saying some ghost or goblin told her this professor murdered all them students. And would you, lo and behold, this Rebecca Schofield individual, the individual professor, the individual I'm talking about is Ashley Gilliard. Lo and behold, that's literally Kamala Harris's sorority sister, not from the same college or the same sororities, from literally the same chapter at Howard University. They were historically black college. And
yeah, Divine Nine.
Yep. The original ones there in D.C. And literally same chapter, same time, same sorority sister. When we're saying these Masonic organizations, these manufactured realities of social engineering, this is a great example because this individual, who's the other party, also a member of a sorority.
Yeah, I mean, oh shit, I was gonna say, oh yeah, no, I just want to talk shit on that piece of shit scumbag that sits in the Oval Office. You know, anyone else who's catch that Laura Ingraham clip this week where he's like, oh well, we got to bring in the 600,000 fucking Chinese students because if not, all the HBCUs are gonna be closed. Like, does he think that it's historically black Chinese universities or what? Like, yeah, just saying, you know, like. You got to bring in all these Chinese students to keep the HBCUs open. What way to drive through and so division there, buddy.
Hey, buddy. We like diversity here in America, buddy.
Yeah, but I mean,
diversity. We even let folks with one eye serve as the FBI director. How about that?
He had 2 eyes at the time. He lost the eye after.
Well, he's got
FBI.
1 eye now, sir.
Which is kind of funny because I'm just going to point out that he kind of, I mean, it's all tangential and it all comes together like dirty teenage rags, I'll call them. But, you know, you get this guy here, he ends up losing his eye.
Like Teenage Wasteland.
You know, he loses his eye and whatnot, so he has the Operation False Eye. But then at the same time, just this week, you brought up that where the Israeli combat reaction was the Operation Woodleg. What was it? The hijacking. So I just wanted to tie that in because you get the fake eye, the fake leg, you know.
Oh, Operation Jack Kirby's best friend got murked in a hijacking by Israelis.
Yeah, and then Operation Woodleg was the result. It was Achille Lauro.
Yeah, it's a weird one, right?
It's Achille, like Achille from whatever, your heel, or Achille from fucking Odysseus or Odyssey, that weird fucking bestiality book. And
well, let's not invoke that, please.
And then I mean, like, if you read it, that's kind of what it is, that parts. I mean, it's also a Common Pizza book at parts too. There's some weird fucking shit in that book. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, isn't it weird how most of these books are all brought to us by fucking kid diddlers? Science fiction included. Isaac Asimov,
and
Clark.
Are you besmirching the name of the Greeks?
How dare you, sir? I'm talking about more modern era stuff. I'm talking about your Asimovs, your Arthur C. Clarks, except your L. Ron Hubbards, if you will, so on and so forth.
But that the point I'm kind of getting at it though too is like Plato and Homer weren't as big as they want us to believe until like the 1860s.
Yeah, dude, but I'm talking about, sir, I'm talking about your Roald dolls. I'm talking about the schnozberries. The kids were eating the schnozberries. The schnozberries turned out to be dicks.
Yeah.
Charles Dodson and Roald Dahl were very close associates, sir, and he was a big pedophile too with Alice in Wonderland, was he not?
No, I seen a good one. I seen a good Instagram where the guy's like,
"Did you say Roald Dahl? Did you say Roald Dahl?
Tell me, sir." Yeah, dude. James and the Giant Peach, Roald Dahl, dude. Willy Wonka.
No kidding.
But
I mean, pill me on that.
Turned out to be dicks,
pill me on that. Pill me on that. I never heard that.
What do you want me to do, dude? I'm not doing that. What do you do? What him?
Pill me on that, man.
He wants to give him pills.
Calm down. We'll get your snozberries. Let me find the reference.
I don't want no snot. No snozberries. I want to be pilled on that. I want to know about that. I really want to know about Roald Dahl.
Yeah, well, so I mean, he wrote a later book in the 70s after all the James and the Giant Peaches and the Willy Wonkas. He wrote a later book describing those schnozberries were indeed dicks.
Oh man. Okay.
I'm actually. So for everyone watching right now, I'm actually in the process of downloading an Instagram reel that says that.
I'm downloading a process called Dr. Inferno.
No.
Today I learned Dr. Inferno style that dicks are snozberries.
No.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
But what I wanted to point out is what I'm going to do is download this alleged claim that olive oil was Popeye's pusher.
Yeah, they're all kid diddlers, dude. He hung around with Charles Dodson, a.k.a. Kid Diddler, dude. What's his name? What's his name? Give me a name. Who's the Alice in Wonderland guy? What's his name? What's his name? Charles Dodson.
John it's Carroll. Lewis Carroll.
Lewis Carroll, a.k.a. Charles Dodson.
Carroll must have been his pen name.
Making that up? That's his real name, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude, he's a famous mathematician. No one knew he was an ardent kid diddler, dude. Yeah, dude, Charles Dodson. He was a famous mathematician.
I know. I heard that part of it.
Lewis Carroll, dude, and he was raping a girl named Alice. He wrote stories about it under a pen name because he didn't want to tell everybody, hey, famous mathematician Charles Dodson's out there diddling kids.
Dotson or Dalton or Galton or whatever.
No, it's Dodson, sir.
I know. I'm playing on the Darwin and Galton fucking.
Yeah, dude. He was a famous mathematician, dude. Like no one knew about his stuff when he was living, because otherwise they'd have probably fucking hung him by the streets, dude, for being a diddler. Doing diddler stuff.
But what I was gonna say is I came across one today where it's saying that olive oil was the pusher and Brutus was trying to fucking save Popeye from a cocaine habit. So I'm downloading that right now, and I'm gonna drop it on the Twitter for this. I'm gonna drop it on the Twitter for this show, and then once it's downloaded.
Nice. Yeah, what exactly? I mean, when you start looking at these matters, that's a great comment. What is an Oompa Loompa? When you start realizing the snozberries are dicks, and you realize these are pedophiles writing these stories, what the fuck else are they? What are they inferring with a lot of?
Hey, wait! An Oompa Loompa is what you pick up at the end of the night when you're really fucking horny and there's no one else left to say yes.
It reminds me of a classic scene from a modern classic, possibly a cinematic masterpiece, Mallrats. Where they had Stan Lee come in there and describe to Jason Lee, the Scientologist.
That Amy chick that was married to Kevin Smith, she was really fucking weird, and Kevin Smith had a fucking thing about fucking Degrassi High, which was really fucking weird.
Well, you ask me, sir, they're all a bunch of fucking Muppets, dumb and degraded Muppets, or dumb and, sexually depraved, if you will. They degrade society as their product of their actions, but Scientologist Jason Lee, he has an infamous conversation in Mallrats with Marvel Comics guy Stan Lee, and he's inferring that all these matters of comics are of a very sexual nature. And Stan Lee's like,
Stanley and Dunham?
Stan Lee, the Marvel dude. I'll just bring up a clip. We'll play a clip.
Stanley and Dunham?
But I do think that it is indeed a matter of sexual. These are. I think they're saying it's not, but what I'm saying is, yeah, this is all weird sexual perversion shit with Marvel Comics. They're all Thelemites. The guy that coins the term science fiction is the same guy who was the editor and literary agent for all of these folks, including the folks who create all of the comics, DC and Marvel. Forrest J. Ackerman. That Muppet was a character in the first Superman story and was an initial member of the Agape Lodge of the OTO of Crowley. Often attributed to Jack Parsons being the leader of it. He was not. He was the number 2. And then Forrest J. Ackerman joined Scientology with L. Ron, who was also part of that crew. And then he was an original member of the Church of Satan. So all these Muppets know each other, is what I'm saying. But we do see an epicenter of the activity there around, I think, again, I call Marvel and DC Comics thelemic fan fiction. Marvel Jack Parsons was his name. Marvel Whiteside Parsons. Jack was his nickname. He had a Suicide Squad, and we see that in DC Comics as well. And again, Forrest J. Ackerman was his occult associate there, and L. Ron Hubbard's literary agent, amongst other things, right? So all I'm saying is there's a lot of episodes around these things.
Did they have a maid on their Suicide Squad? A maid? Medical assistance in death, like they killed my brother? Maid?
That's interesting. I don't know, man. I'm gonna look more into these things because I do think there's something to it because we see the occultism all around the Suicide Squad of Parsons.
But I just love the fact that
comics is an ode to Parsons, and we would see more odes to Parsons, right? And then we see that I think with the Suicide Squad.
I'll just point out I love the fact that they named it medical assistance in dying and call it a maid because they're just cleaning up the population.
You know good and well, that's Canada. PR agency got paid a lot of money for that campaign, sir. They're like, how do we make this sound good for people? Yeah, we'll call it maid. That's like the people that come to clean your place. Yeah, that sounds
yeah, they're cleaning up all right. You know, just like the agency calls their cleaners.
Yeah, literally, right? Literally.
Yeah. Anyways, I dropped out the Instagram reel alleging, and it's a whole Instagram profile to go into the alleged background hidden stories of cartoons. But I dropped it on the Twitter, or it's still loading. Or
I was about to say, dude, I'm looking at various venues right now. I'm not seeing it, sir. Not seeing.
I'll be there with it.
I don't have it in my current purview.
Well, that's probably why I'm freezing up while you're trying to talk. So it should be there soon enough because I use a mobile hotspot.
All right. Well, I will look for that while we watch this clip.
You looking at that couple inside?
Actually, I was just looking at this little pink number over here.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of nice. They look happy, don't they?
Have you all seen this film? It's a cinematic masterpiece.
They look happy.
Scientology.
Dude.
You know,
dude. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on whether I've seen that movie or not. You know,
lingerie shopping. Of course, the Green Goblin.
I've seen this movie too many times. I'll tell you that
much. The hell out of the place. But aside from
it might have gave me an idea about his cousin. No, I'm just kidding.
Holy shit!
Your man, guilty.
The Incredible Hulking to you. You're
that's when I find out everything's described in a very sexual manner. Wait.
Is the sword made of orange rock like the rest of his body?
It's a superhero secret. Tell me, Brody. Stuff like that in the old days.
And then they have the tie to the dating game.
Can't believe I'm standing here talking to you. You're responsible for the greats. Let's do the list. Spider-Man.
Guilty.
The Incredible Hulk.
Afraid so.
Oh, man, this is so cool. The X-Men.
Now that you mention it.
Shit, man, you are a god.
Hey, look at that couple. Boy, they sure seem to be in love, huh?
You know, what's with that? That's the second time you've commented on couples in love.
Well, I like that sort of thing. Tell me, do you have a girlfriend, Brody?
Had one.
Is he going into Yahweh and Shekinah right now?
Rock like the rest of his body?
It's a superhero secret. Tell me, Brody.
Well, you know, he was a good friend of Cocaine Bob Evans, that man right there, Stan Lee.
Boyfriend guy.
No, but then the Kabbalah aspect of it. Is he going into Yahweh?
There was a time when it was all about comics for me. You know,
I think all of this stuff, all of these comics are thelemic fan fiction, right? So they're all rooted in these older, whatever Thelema is based in, right? These older occultisms. And then also sex magic, so that when he's describing these things, as Brody's describing them to Stan Lee in regard to the Scientologist, or Jason Lee is, no relation that I'm aware of. I did look. Who is his daddy? What did he do? Not related. Not to my understanding. He's actually a Jewish fellow, not originally named Lee. Shocker. The other one, Scientologist fellow, of a WASP variety.
Well, then there's also Sotoro's mother, who was named Stanley, as she was born a dude, but that's maybe just me running my mouth.
But in regards to these Muppets, sir, I do believe that he's accurately describing the true nature of where these comics have their origins in this sex magic, thelemic ode to Thelema. And Stan Lee's telling him no, but I think this is just them being in the inversion deception matters of these damn Muppets, these cultist Muppets.
Probably the same as yours. She always complained that I spent too much time with my own comics. And eventually we broke up.
See, what did she know? Here you are now, a legend in the field. Probably had a slew of women since her, am I right?
Oh, lots of women. Jagger and me, we had a running contest.
Jagger, huh?
Most. Matter of fact, last time I looked, I was way ahead.
Jagger had Bowie.
I forgot that girl.
Well, did you ever get back together with her?
One day I found out.
And Justin Castro's mom.
I had blown it. Missed my window.
No way. Well, what'd you do?
I went on with my life. I created some special new superheroes.
This was a huge movie though in the 90s. For 90s, is independent cinema.
Yeah, I know. The Clerks made a huge. Clerks made a bunch of money, so they gave them a bunch of money to do this, right?
Okay.
Right. That's the story.
Ben
right?
Affleck was the creepy fucking
1 minute.
Child rapist.
Yeah.
Just like me. When I thought about
banging to pick up the asshole.
So you created each character as a way to do it.
Well, he pulled an R. Kelly, dude. It was satire on R. Kelly because R. Kelly's video is that those cases he had in the 90s. He was videotaped asking the girls how old they were while having sex with them, having them repeat it. And this was another instance in his later court cases as well. He seemed to continue. That seemed to be his thing. That's what Batfleck's doing in this. Remember, he's banging that teenager. He's like, "Tell me how old you are. Tell me how old." That was an R. Kelly thing.
Can I just point out that Aaliyah died from or on a plane leaving an island right near Little St. James? Just kind of pointing that out there.
Yeah, dude.
Just pointing that out.
Very close proximity. I believe it was 3 miles, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, just pointing out that there's a possibility she might have been at Little St. James. But I mean,
sir, I can tell you the official narrative on that never really made much sense. It made even less sense when I became a load planner in the Air Force. That is, I became educated and trained in how to load things on aircraft, which is a fucking science. It's amazing. It's shockingly amazing how a tin can full of things and people can get in the air like that. If you have the weight off by just a little bit, it can get funky.
But I will point out, Uncle Ted said that I'm wrong. She died in a Jeep accident, and I'm always willing to admit when I'm wrong because I really don't give a fuck about Hollywood or anyone in it.
Which one are we thinking of? Which one are we thinking of?
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I thought Aaliyah died in a plane accident.
No, she did. No. She died in a plane accident. You're right on that.
He's thinking of
in the chat.
No. He's thinking
about somebody else. He's thinking about somebody else. Aaliyah did die.
Sir, calm down, sir.
Aaliyah did die in a plane accident.
We'll get to your snozberries in a moment, sir. That lady's thinking of the TLC lady.
Oh, last night she was fucking hot as shit, bro. Anyone who's gonna burn down your house, please give me your phone number. Sorry, did I just go off
the
on
opposite reaction, but I appreciate your commentary on that.
If you're gonna pull knives on me and throw cans at me,
hold a minute. It was a plane accident.
Whoa, sir. Is there a burger element to all this?
No. No.
Calmer than you are, dude.
No, but I'm saying she did die in a plane accident. That's true.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, dude, it makes no sense. The story they give, like, oh, we just put too much luggage on there. And while weight can be a factor, especially if there's some great big fat people on there, but that wasn't the case here. And the story about the weight being a factor here makes no sense. It makes no sense.
She weighed 40 pounds.
Well, I'm just saying, dude, the idea that you can't, again, the concept you can do these things is possible, but the way they explain it and their justifications behind it don't make no sense.
Wait, left eye is Candace Owens? Like,
whoa, dude. Let's look.
I don't know who you are, but you're really touching all my childhood trauma when it comes to dating women. So I kind of like it, like all my childhood trauma. I always said I wouldn't sell my soul.
I bet there's.
I don't want to look like a Hitler's Youth I've been described and make the next statement of saying they do look a lot alike because I'm like, oh, you're just saying they all look a lot alike, huh? They're racist. But I never thought about this, dude. I've never seen this before.
I'm just saying, like, shit. I would not sell my soul to Ben for 50
let's ruminate on this
million.
concept for a second. This manufactured reality, sir. She's married to a lord of fucking England, lord business. Don't ask me. We Brexited that place in 1776. And she's she was found right by an Israeli porn producer who became her manager.
No, she was originally found because she called the NAACP through schools, but they kind of get rid of that one, right?
Well, then how does the porn producer get involved in that then, right?
I think he's the agent
You know
after the NAACP thing, right?
But you see what I'm saying? Like, there's an epicenter of activity that involves the NAACP and Israeli porn producer, and then seemingly Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
Yeah, but like, let's be honest, she's a fucking piece of trash as far as I'm concerned. But
whoa, dude, you can't talk about. Yeah, you can actually. Who?
I mean, Candace, like, she's a piece of trash, but she touches on all my childhood trauma.
Holy
so I like.
Shit,
for 50 minutes with her, I would do it,
dude.
but I wouldn't tell my.
They look a lot alike, dude. They look a lot alike, dude. They look a lot alike, dude.
Is it just a clone, though? Is it just a clone?
Dude, I mean, she would be about the right age, right?
Not really.
Roughly, right?
No, Left Eye died when Candace would have been like 5.
Well, what I'm saying is, well, okay, let's say what I meant,
black don't crack, so maybe.
That's what I meant. We got a Bill Hicks is 13 years older than Alex Jones, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they're of an appropriate age where we can at least pass it. Well, they don't really pass that off very well, but they can pass this one off better.
Yeah, I think, man, I think now that I'm looking at her, I think the color's off though too. She's more of a red bone, and Candace is more ADOS.
I wouldn't put much into that. That could just be the lighting or the images, man.
I mean, we could pull a comparison side by side, Paris Jackson versus Michael.
I'm working on it. I'm getting lost. I got 2 eyes, and I'm looking. Both of them are currently getting lost in at least the Left Eye Lopez right now. You know, I ain't really thought about this person since the 90s, so it's just taken me a minute to go through my brain hole. But yeah, so when did Candace Owens hit the scene? She hit the scene, speaking of, through James O'Keefe. Didn't she take a Larry Loomer-like approach or something like that?
She came in like 2012. 2016 she came in, and the first thing she did was started that doxing agency for the right. As a former
but
lefty.
didn't she also come up either through PragerU or through James O'Keefe? She had one of them. I think she came up through PragerU.
She's been run through Prager, Shapiro, fucking Glenn Beck, all of them. She's been run through all the fucking agencies.
No shit, dude.
All of them tied to your greatest ally. All of them tied to your greatest ally,
dude. Get the fuck out of here, dude. She's from fucking Westchester County, New York. That's a real den of iniquity, sir.
Isn't that where Yonkers is?
Yeah. She's from just north of Yonkers in White Plains, same county.
Well, that's where AOC comes from. Fuck that piece of shit trash. But
you mean Ted Kennedy staffer? You realize that she worked for Ted Kennedy, right?
But
she never really gets credit for that.
But you're not going to talk shit on DMX and his crack habit, because I fucking love that motherfucker.
You're not going to talk shit about my future ex-wife, AOC, sir.
If anyone gets their hand on E.A.R.L., the autobiography of DMX, it's a must read.
It is good. It is good.
Talking about robbing his fucking.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of DMX. I'm a fellow fan of DMX.
We got a Langley conspiracy theory forming here. Our channel says that I look like a Keno, apparently.
2 favorite songs is Damien. That's my favorite DMX song. Damien.
Well, fun fact. My 5th great grandfolks are the Campbells, Clan Campbell, and that is the Duke or fucking Muppet that he got thrown out of being a Muppet about for diddling kids over there. He was apparently the Duke of Argyle. So I am distant cousins with Muppet Mikey.
Hey, my
that's
favorite.
How Rough Riders roll.
My favorite.
That's how Rough Riders roll.
My favorite DMX track has one of the worst. I got blood on my dick because I fucked the corpse. I'm nasty.
I'm a nasty
I didn't know DMX is from there too. What the fuck is going on in that place?
He's from Yonkers with the locks, man. Fucking
Jadakiss. Yeah, there we go. Jadakiss. Yeah. All right. You got some good taste there.
I told you, I grew up
I'm a bit biased by saying I don't need to look any further to this, and then understanding that there is probably weird connections with Candace Owens, regardless of whether or not she's Lisa Left Eye Lopez. What I'm saying is, you can't come from that place and go in the direction she was on. Hold on, sir. And go in the direction she's on and not be into some weird shit, sir. Let's just be honest about the situation.
Wait. We got to give a moment of silence to Big L. He died on February 15, 1999.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know who that is.
Damn.
I don't know who that is.
Big L is. This guy knows who Big L. Represent
I know who,
Big L.
I know who that is because he died on my 23rd birthday. They were
trying to kill. They were trying to kill his brother. They're trying to kill his brother. His brother was like deep in the streets, and they were trying to kill him.
Yeah. No, they kill him because his brother didn't pay his debt. That's what I thought, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. His brother was a gangster. I guess he owed some like.
He was throwing dice. February 15th, which is also the day that Ted Bundy was arrested for his very last time.
You mean Bill Colby's son?
No, Bill. I know that because Ted Bundy was arrested within 5 or 55 minutes of my birth. Like, so when he was arrested in Florida, it was February 15, 1978, and it's like literally 5 or 55 minute difference. I forget which one.
So it appears that Candace went to she's from Westchester, but grew up across the border there in the state line into Fairfield County, Connecticut, another den of iniquity. But in 2007, while a 17-year-old senior at Stanford High School, Owens received 3, not 2, 3 racist death threats.
Yeah, called the NAACP.
What the fuck is this, dude? What is this? It sounds like the psyop of psyops. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I think that's how they recruited her because that sounds real. But then they recruited her when she called the NAACP to bring him in.
Sir, this man. So one from a group of white classmates, which included the son of then mayor and future Democratic Governor Daniel Malloy, the man who brought us Sandy Hook, Daniel Malloy. He was the governor then. The man who's literally, by his own admission, illiterate. He does not know how to read nor write his own admission.
Man.
Fucking Muppet. That's ridiculous, dude. I had no idea that possibly Lisa Left Eye Lopez / Candace Owens that's her background.
I wish I could.
Again, the ages are pretty off for her to be Lisa Left Eye Lopez. I mean, 18 years is a big. I mean, black don't crack. Let's be honest, that's a little ridiculous.
But I mean, that just means that the babies are test tubes.
Well, that's what I was gonna. I was gonna go next. Back to my Tom Brady equation, sir, and the man throwing touchdowns for the New England Patriots today, whom is from North Carolina, born 23 years ago. Strangely, the same time Tom Brady has now admitted to dropping off some of his cloned DNA, whatever the fuck Nazi shit that means, and doing so in a manner which they claim is the real world human is around walking today with physical traits like his dad. Well, oh shit, you mean like the quarterback for the fucking Patriots?
But
that's what I'm saying. These are programs I think are far more well established than we want to even believe.
But one thing when it comes to Candace, can I point out that if she is like crossover, you know what I'm saying? I am gonna say that they've really mastered the science of making her look pregnant, as opposed to some of these other celebrities they try to make look pregnant.
I'm glad you said that. Let's talk about R. Kelly and diddling kids. So R. Kelly gets arrested. No, I'm joking. That's a good point, sir. I was just making a ridiculous segue.
I know.
So R. Kelly gets arrested for diddling kids initially on his charges out of Chicago before the Atlanta and New York ones, all that shit. His initial charges, he gets arrested for diddling a young girl at what is called Rock and Roll McDonald's there in Chicago. He gets arrested. The woman that comes to post the $100,000 cash bond for him is a woman who owns a preschool.
And he has like his own Neverland Ranch too.
Well, hold on, sir. It gets worse. She owns, a daycare. She owns a daycare, owns and operates a daycare, licensed in the state of Illinois. She posts the bond for R. Kelly. Man, that's fucking creepy. Where does she take old R there after she posts bond? They go directly to Rock and Roll McDonald's, the exact fucking place where he just got out of jail and posting bond for diddling a kid at that place. She gets posted fucking bond by a lady that owns a daycare, and she takes him right back to that fucking place. What Muppet world do we live in?
I mean, have you not seen the Boondocks where they talk about R. Kelly and they're like, "Hey, they're all like, yeah, just keep making the music. Pee on me."
Dude, Uncle Ruckus is one of my favorite characters in any work of any sort of fiction in recent history.
You mean Uncle Ruckus? No, I'm kidding.
That character is fucking amazing. The idea of the character. I mean, it's on the level of Chappelle's, Black KKK guy there, right? Clayton, whatever his name was.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's funny though. The reason, so every Thursday there's Hotep's been totally with Hotep Jesus, and I always call Uncle
Uncle
Hotep
Ruckus,
there.
dude. That
No, I always
character's
call.
fantastic.
I kept trying to say Uncle Ruckus, but the one the co-host is called Uncle Hotep, and I always just call him Uncle Ruckus. You know, just because like. I mean, if you're in the community, you'll know what they kind of get on each other about who's the realest black one, you know. So, but,
sure. What do you mean by being in the community, though?
Like,
ever really in the community when they're in the community? Isn't it weird? If we're going to talk about these community black culture stuff, isn't it strange that these elements of fashion and stuff that come out of black culture really?
No. I'm talking about I was talking the Hotep stuff, like so.
I understand what you're talking about. I'm just talking about how things bleed into society.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it goes gay prison activities, right, and through largely the black community, then into the black community, and then into society at large through rap and other hip hop type fashions. Whether it's the pant leg stuff, dude, I'm telling you, dude,
that all comes in at the same time that CIA takes over hip hop and it creates.
That's my point, sir.
The prison. And then, did you ever see the limited hangout where they so they are starting to get a bunch of
Tupac Shakur? No, I'm familiar with Tupac.
No. The Russian
homosexual kid.
The CIA
Juilliard, and then they try to church him up and put him in jail for a minute.
No. I'm talking the limited hangout. So the actual limited hangout. No,
his parents murdered some folks there with the.
No, I get what you're saying, but in 2020. They had a CIA agent. Of course, he went to RT during all the Russia scandal, all that shit. And he went on RT. He said he was the one running the operation and this, that, and the other thing. So now when it does come out and everyone pushes that story, they're going to be like, oh, that's Russian propaganda.
Oh.
Yeah,
how it usually works. What you just described, though, that's how it works, there, right?
Yeah, so they literally had a limited hangout through RT where a CIA agent went on live television in RT saying that he's left the agency and he's coming forward to admit that they did take over the hip hop and to create the prison system, because that everyone knows that already went out, right? Like they already like a bunch of guys in the community already talked about the letter or the meeting in 1990, but then it's kind of funny too because that's a limited hangout because NWA was already around in '86 and they're fucking CIA with Jerry Heller, and maybe they were Mossad.
Jerry Heller, of course.
Well, there's a strong argument made there, sir, with like folks like Lou Wasserman. Let's not soon forget, sir, one of your favorite Canadians, Mr. Bronfman, Edgar Bronfman Jr., who indeed is the major figure behind the Diddy situation, and no one fucking talks about it.
Oh, we didn't even talk about it, and I'm kind of glad we didn't because I didn't get to listen to it. I kind of had but for everyone listening, so Allison Mack has recently just released a podcast series with CBC True Crime. And it's called Allison After Nexium. I've only listened to the first episode so far, but it's state-owned operation, the propaganda, and it's basically a puff piece about a puff piece about how she wasn't really as bad, or she wasn't really all this other shit, and kind of playing off that she was abused as a teenager.
Can you hold that thought for 1 second, sir? I must address this. This is fantastic. I can't miss the opportunity. Your mission of being wrong all the time, sir. Our channel never ceases to amaze me. Go fuck yourself, you and your Muppets of Langley.
Although with RR, I think what he did prove there is that he is shell shocked, so that's why he's wrong all the time. If he gets the drift.
I thought he was wrong all the time because some Muppet at Langley programmed him because he's a CIA AI bot, Bill Colby ball washer.
No, but now that he's washing the balls of Tavistock, it's just that he has shell shock. Oh,
yeah, the same thing. Who do you think's behind the process, sir? It's MI6 Tavistock CIA.
I know.
We haven't heard from Dr. Inferno. Do we need to send a medic over your way, sir?
No, I'm good, man. I'm just soaking it up. I'm soaking it up, man. I'm kind of out of it.
Were you aware that Edgar Bronfman Jr. purchased a 50% stake in Bad Boy Records back in 2005, and no one fucking talks about that?
I was.
Yeah, he ran all the UMG.
I was, yeah. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
His sisters financed the Process Church Albany chapter, aka Nexium, and their sex trafficking operations relative to Allison Mack, sir.
And the other one,
that I didn't know. Actually, that's something I didn't know.
And the other one was the guy who did all the Kanye shit in 14, and he produces all like a hip hop today. Brendan
Biff
Bronfman?
Sanchez. Let's call him Biff. Is it Bronfman? Oh, my bad.
Yeah. No, like there's a Bronfman. I think Benjamin
there's an
Bronfman.
alternative Bronfman.
Brendan. Oh, there's a lot of
Brendan
Bronfman. I'll have to look it up because now it's dropping.
I'm looking it up right now, sir. I'm unfamiliar with this. I do appreciate you bringing that to my brain hole, though.
I did want to chime in something about Candace Owens. Is there any truth to the central
casting? You do that, sir.
Thing?
You do that.
Is there any truth to the central casting thing? Is that all just hogwash?
Dude. I mean, look at it, dude. Look at it. You know what I mean? Let's look at
Benjamin Bronfman.
My favorite psychopath, Don Rumsfeld. She's recruited into an obvious psychological operations with the would-be governor who creates Sandy Hook out of Connecticut there, who helps perpetrate in part. He's the guy he's that muppet that went on camera later that afternoon and goes, the lieutenant governor and I have been warned that something like this might happen. Well, what were you warned about, jackass? Why didn't you do nothing about it if you were warned? Anyway, he's by his own admission illiterate. He can't read nor write, but somehow is the fucking governor. You tell me.
And she's worked for every Zionist, Mossad-backed, right-wing, Republican agency.
Insert Israeli porn producer. Right?
No, she's worked for every one of them. Ben
I'm
Shapiro.
saying, how do you think she got there, dude? If her manager is an Israeli porn producer, I mean, how, that's who he's doing business with, is fucking Israelis, the Jewish folks, right?
But if you share the screen too when we're done with this one, it's because it does tie into Candace. Benjamin Bronfman is the one who collaborated with Kanye for New Slaves in 2013, which was also Kanye running around with Candace saying slavery was a choice. So we can all tie it all together.
Now these Bronfmans, if I may, sir, you've kind of educated me on their relations with the Rothschild franchises, and they're firmly within the franchise of the Rothschild banking, right?
Yeah, they do have. I wouldn't say they're firmly in it, but they're definitely of the whole. I mean, they're not as the bankers, but yeah, no, they're of the. I get what you're saying here. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna call. What are we calling them? Part of the Jewish mafia. We got the Dixie mafia, dude. We got the gay mafia.
No, I would say that. No, I would say with them. The same. I'll say the same thing I said back in May when we did that show. I'll say the same thing that I've said on New York Patriot. I'll say the same thing that I. So if you actually take the time to look up Bronfman or Rothschild's coat of arms, there's not a single fucking thing on there that will make you think that they're Hebrew. It's all Babylonian fucking bullshit. So it's all tribute to fucking Nimrod, Babylon, fucking Hebrew, So as far as that, I would say they're all this Babylonian two-faced cult. Go back to the double-headed eagle of Lagash, the Janus.
This is a great episode of activity right here, sir. Go ahead. I apologize. I
was going to say Janus is also named Chaos if you read Ovid's Fasti. And I mean, then again, too, what's the symbol of the Freemasons? Ordo ab chaos, so order from chaos, order from Janus with the two-headed eagle, the eagle of Lagash, which ties us into the Hittites. Yeah, I could go on for.
I know the Hittites. There's evidence of that culture in the mounds, sir.
Yeah, I could go into that. I could go into a whole obviously I could do a lot of time on this whole Janus and Babylon shit. It's been a while.
I did not know. I know. I appreciate it. That's interesting, sir. We'll convene on these matters for sure. You just hit you blew up my brain hole with a Hittite reference, sir. Bronfman, that means whiskey. That's interesting because they're known for Seagrams.
I think that might be right, but it's definitely I'll give Pedro credit because if it's not, it's definitely a drinking reference that they came over with a different
slang,
name.
If you will. We'll call it slang.
But they came over with a different name, and I thought it was. See, in my mind, I'm thinking it's something to do with vodka because they came over from Poland, but Pedro might be 100% correct.
That's a good point, Gerald Hall. Thank you, sir, for using your brain hole for God's intended purposes. John Mappin, a major Scientologist in the UK, is the one who introduced Candace to her husband. And here's a little fun fact from the Xenu folks.
You mean it was
Turning Point USA has
Romania?
a major. Turning Point USA has a major person on their board who is a Scientologist executive, one of the billionaire Muppets from the Xenu fleet.
I was gonna say, you mean it wasn't Erica Kirk that introduced Candace to her husband? You know,
Nah, dude, it's the guy who runs Turning Point USA UK. Scientology's deep in all this business.
I was making a joke with the Romania shit too. You know, her and her fucking child trafficking. Oh wait. I mean, that's alleged. That's alleged.
Here's the deal, bud. I've been calling suspect in all of these relations for about 20 years almost now. All of these states in the United States here of America have a National Guard. That National Guard is teamed up with a foreign nation. That foreign nation, these military operations described in this Romanian business with Eric Kirk involves the National Guard.
Yeah, I haven't even looked into that. I just heard some of it.
Well, they have these diplomatic relations. For the example, the state of Ohio's National Guard is teamed up with Hungary.
And let's not forget, though, too.
Hold on, sir.
Yeah,
to qualify what that means. They do joint missions over here and over there with these various nations in which they're teamed up with.
Yeah, I was also going to point out, though, we all know that good old fucking Hunter Biden, and what's really weird too is his dead brother was Bo, so Bo Hunter. But Hunter Biden was, of course, really getting children over in Romania allegedly and getting paid out a couple million or like $5 million from the former wife of the Moscow mayor in Romania.
Allegedly, you know, sir, these allegations. Hunter Biden is a fine crack manufacturer. Shouldn't be besmirching him.
Also, a very
Dr. Inferno, are you not familiar with the proclivities of one Hunter Biden and his crack?
Yes, of course. He has fine taste and honeypots and strippers, I have to say.
I mean, not my taste.
I don't disagree, but, sir. Under these auspices of national security,
I was being sarcastic, bro. I was being sarcastic, bro.
I like it a lot nicer stripper than the one he's been.
Hold on, sir. Under these auspices of national security, this guy's got his own team of Muppets of Secret Service following him around that by law should not. He's been living out of Malibu and doing all these hood rat shit for years. And one question is who finances all of these things. This dumb Muppet thinks he's running for president, though. Hunter Biden.
Oh, it's the lawyer.
That was teeny up, sir. I was teeny up. Well, Ron Burkle was obviously financing a lot of it, but I was teeny up for this. One-Eyed Willie.
Okay.
What was the operation that he was running there in the late 90s regarding these apocalyptic cults that we've been discussing this evening in matters of national security?
Operation Megiddo.
No, thank you, sir. I had a big dinner. I don't need a burrito. What was the name of the operation? What was this?
Operation Megiddo.
Operation Megiddo. Now, what's really funny though too is right. So Megiddo is so what they do is they reference because it's all about the apocalypse, transpocalypse. Yeah,
transpocalypse.
So, but
sure.
But Megiddo itself is not just Armageddon from Revelation, but it goes back to the Jewish Armageddon, like 4,000 BCE or whatever.
Yeah.
Or no, like 500 BCE. Sorry.
It's where all the nations met together to fight a final battle. It's where all the nations got together and fought a final battle.
No, but there was a battle before under Persia, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah, Tutmosis III. There was a battle during the time of the ancient Egyptians with Tutmosis III.
Which just to bring that into modern day English, that just means the Moses number 3. So let's not get all fancy.
That's right. Born out. It means born out.
Just because you're a doctor, sir, doesn't mean you have to come up here doctoring things, right?
Well, I'm not much of one.
But yeah, so it was originally reference to the original battle, which was obviously there at Megiddo, and then it went on to the Revelation. That's going to be the next battle when the Antichrist is here, and then he named the Antichrist after this.
Signaling the Antichrist.
So what went down here? Because this is kind of like we see nothing but apocalyptic cults that I often call part of a processian movement.
It is, yeah.
And they seem to all qualify in this effort as well.
Yeah, no, this was good. I would say this. Go ahead, Doc. Then I'll jump in. I've been speaking a lot.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I was gonna say though. Let's not forget that this fucking piece of shit scumbag Louis Free.
Fucking this one-eyed Willie Muppet.
He wants you to be anything but free. That's why he ends in H at the end, because you're never gonna get your freedom under him. So you'll never get that free.
Which eye did he lose?
Without. But anyway,
show me which eye National Security took. Which eye did National Security take?
I don't know. But did he lose it because he was watching Hunter Biden? That is what I'm asking.
Well, that story. Have you read? Are you familiar with the story? The story in which he lost his eye is a very weird tale.
Yeah, he crashed his car, but I'm saying,
Well, but yeah, what was he doing?
Yeah,
when he
probably
his car?
more
Why
like
was
him and
there,
Hunter were
dude?
smoking crack together. Somehow
no one wants to talk about these things, right?
Yeah. But so I would say, between Louis Free, that fucking cross-dressing Janet Reno.
Whoa,
right,
dude! I'm not going to have you besmirch the gorgeous Janet Reno, the Butcher of Waco, here in the program, sir.
But so they had Operation Pac-On, and then I think that Operation Megiddo was I would think that Operation Megiddo was going to be the climax, because even if you go back to Behold the Pale Horse,
some of the same folks, right? White supremacy, Christian identity, American militias.
Yeah.
That is the heart of Patcon.
Well, but I'm also saying that if you go back to Behold the Pale Horse in 1991, way before not way before, a year before Clinton even gets in, you get and he talks about Aurelio Piquet going back to the 70s, the Club of 300, talking about agenda or Operation 2000, when they're going to create a bioweapon and release it as a virus. I don't want to get into too much because we're on YouTube, but that's straight up in again a throwback to Aurelio Piquet and Club Rome Committee of 300. So I think that was kind of all let's just call it a big old orgasm in 2000. That
dude, they're sex cultists. Why not, dude? Let's call it that.
Yeah, big old orgy that they wanted to have with Y2K. The release of Aurelio Piquet. All that shit. So that's kind of what that was going to be, but. Y2K wasn't that big a deal because these people.
Sir, if I may, real quick, in an occultist fashion, I do believe it was. There was a big orgy, as you just accurately described it, in the Giza Plateau over regarding them pyramids.
Oh, the one that I just sent you the video for, the most recent one.
Are you in my brain hole, sir? Did that just happen? What are we talking about here?
Remember just a month ago.
As a result of apocalyptic nature of these programs, we get the CIA's own rock band from the 90s, REM, telling us it's the end of the world as we know
it. But don't forget, I showed you the fucking Pharrell and the clips were performing
that is
at
a CIA outfit tying into this other program. And when Uncle Ted just put that this is a cutout for Operation Gladio, I totally agree.
Now look up a guy named Richard. Look up a guy.
Right?
Look up a guy named Richard Snell. There's a guy named Richard Snell. That's an interesting figure in the whole OKC stuff. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what to do.
I'm way behind on your first link, sir. Hold on a second. I got a couple Muppets working on it. Richard Snell?
Maybe they're machine elves.
Yeah, while you're looking that up.
That's a very important Christian identist group that was heavily involved with all of the different factions that united with the Aryan nations and also with PatCon. Those people glow like Chernobyl.
And what did Roger Snell have to do with this?
No, his name isn't Roger Snell. Let me find his name.
Well, he's good at that.
So this is all part of the order, though, right? So this started out as fundamentalist Mormons, right? And then they grew into this Christian identity movement, and then they produced things like the Keogh Brothers, The Order, Israel Keys, fucking Domestic Terror.
Yeah, it's Elohim City.
Yeah, it's all kind of off of the British Israelism, but once you get over here, you can't really do British Israelism anymore because you're not in Britain, right? But no, the one thing go ahead.
The chief, speaking in the aspect of Carl Colby being a chief witness against Orenthal, James Simpson, make sense on our channel. One of these Millars was a chief witness in the convicting the man for the homicide of the homicide of Chuck Palahniuk's father in Latol County, Idaho, back in 1999, May of 99.
There's the Mennonite connection as well. There's the Mennonite connection to that guy, which is interesting because they're another
burger element to all that, sir.
As well. Oh yeah.
But look what I'm saying now. We see this. We often think, oftentimes even in conspiracy culture, there's this. These things are not connected. These Muppets don't know each other. But all of these Nazis from Arkansas were in the Elohim City regions, and all the Nazis in Idaho have some deep, long-term connections with seemingly around drug trafficking, human trafficking, people trafficking, gun trafficking, a lot of trafficking. And a lot of domestic fucking terror. But Chuck Palahniuk's father is murdered. The man who's convicted of it is convicted of the murder by prosecutor Bill Thompson, the man behind the whole Koberger magic shows, prosecutorial-wise, of a murder of a lady who's supposedly his ex-wife. The dead burn-up body in the cabin had a uterus. His ex-wife, demonstrably proven, had no uterus. The other dead party was Chuck Palahniuk's father, who allegedly met this lady in a classified ad. By any of this shit. Nonetheless, Millar's testifying as a lead witness because she's banging out the guy Dale Shackelford, the kid diddler. He was a convicted kid diddler at that time, who was married to the attorney lady who he allegedly killed. None of these things make sense, but why do we see so much connectivity? Why is there a member of the Millar family, like a Carl Colby style prosecution witness, involved in this? And again, Chuck Palahniuk's father, a man who would seemingly be a major figure in our modern day era of occultism and the marketing therein.
Yeah, but do you ever consider that some of these events never even actually happen? So
I consider that most of the time, sir, because it doesn't have to happen.
All they need is a trial to make it happen, right? It's the whole
magic show is if you convince folks it happened, it's the same difference.
Speaking of which, I just realized
kids did not die at Sandy Hook, and you can convince folks of that magic show all day long. Doesn't make them real, you know what I mean? But at the same time, the fact that people have been convinced of that makes it real.
Now, I will say that I did see on Twitter earlier this week that Now You Can See Me is being released today, or I guess yesterday now.
I can't see it.
the new the Four Horsemen magic movie.
Dude, what a weird CIA outfit, dude. Have you seen the interviews with Harrelson and that Ruffalo fellow when they made the first film? They're like, they're trying to drive this truther bandwagon. They were going to be the
Jimi Hendrix.
Well, dude, there you go, sir. It was going to be like It was going to be like the time Alex Jones and Charlie Sheen went on The View to be 9/11 truthers. That happened.
Yeah, no, they had Jimi Hendrix in it, and he's going to be the one who exposes the whole operation through all three of them, or all the first two at least.
Yeah, right. No, you're spot on, sir. I'm just saying, yeah, right. The whole thing's again, that's a deep level kind of mind fuck, if you will, something like that.
Yeah, no, I definitely watched the first two, and I don't really watch movies, but I mean, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, no, wait, you're calling them the Four Horsemen? You got the whole magic aspect.
Dude, it's all about the apocalypse. I mean, they heavy references to the apocalypse, right? Heavy references.
I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I don't really watch.
You got Borat's wife, dude. Borat's wife. You got Jesse Eisenberg, the Facebook fellow, Mark Zuckerberg character fellow. You got James Franco's younger brother. It's an interesting cast of characters they have there.
Yeah, I mean, I saw I didn't even know they made the third movie, and then I saw they'd be pushed on that. No, they was being pushed on.
Dude, it's every time I've logged in, dude, it's the top of my feed.
I only saw it once. I saw it yesterday.
Every time, dude, it's my advertisement, dude. It's like, you gotta watch this. I don't want to watch it.
I'm sure I'm gonna watch it just for the fucking. I'm gonna watch it for the revelation in it, you know.
I'm gonna watch it MK Ultra style. I'm gonna strap myself down to a chair, like lock my eyelids open, and I'm just gonna force it.
Speaking of MK Ultra, you know what movie you and I need to do? I mean, and
can we do it? Can we do it MK Ultra style? Like I could just say we just lock ourselves in.
no. But I'm saying, well, we need to do a review.
Who's top and who's bottom?
We need to.
Well, no, I'm saying it's a viewing thing. We can do it live here. We just all lock in.
I'm saying who's top and who's bottom.
Yeah, who's on top? Anyway.
You just lock in. You got the, looking like, you're from Clockwork Orange, but it's
Return of Oz 2 though. That's a fucking MK movie that needs.
Oh, that's a mind fucking a half, dude. It makes no. I've seen the film. It makes no sense relative to the first one. It's like Halloween 3. You're like,
dude, that movie scared me as a kid.
It's a straight up fucking. It's straight up MK Ultra, bro. Like it's.
Are you in a brain hole, sir?
From the shock therapy.
Tomorrow night here on Operation GCD, Matters of National Security. You can tune in to find out more about Walt Disney, how the FBI and CIA created the Disney Corporation and all of its apparatus. And one more, sir.
Yeah.
And the La Biancas moved out of 3301 Waverly Drive approximately 1 week before they got murked. That was the home that Walter Disney, I don't think that was his real name. Maybe it is. Walt Disney built in 1952 and had sold to the La Biancas.
And he was
the folks that got murked by the Manson family on August 9th and 10th of 1969. Interesting date, that August 10th. And I do assert that Leno LaBianca got himself into this matters of national security by being the E6 Army Air Corps military police sergeant in charge of Camp Overcast in southern Bavaria. The first round draft picks of all them Nazis. Bill Colby in the squares.
Well, we'll also point out that Walt Disney was a young Jacques de Molay who wasn't also Bill Cooper, one of them, just pointing that out. But
and you can see that at the George Washington National Masonic Monument in Alexandria, Virginia. They have in their museum what you're describing, and they also have a depiction of Mickey Mouse being inducted into the Freemasons, also in that same museum.
And all of the land in Florida was bought up by Bill Donovan.
Well, you can. Well, not only that, sir, everyone on that effort, not just Wild Bill and his attorney, they were all CIA, dude. The entire
effort. Yeah, I know. And tried to buy it up as cheap as fuck without letting people realize all the land's being bought.
Well, sir, if I may, L. Ron Hubbard and Burt Kreischer's dad developed their game plan to take over Clearwater, Florida for Scientology by the efforts of Bill Donovan, Walt Disney, and these efforts we're describing. They made these other corporate names and made it look and appearance publicly in all public venues and permits as independent corporations. And then they said, hey, guys, fuck you. Surprise, we're Scientology, because they had watched the CIA do that already beforehand.
Yeah.
For Disney. And I don't think much of the Muppet himself, but I'll do give credit where credit is due. Not just our channel, he's a fucking Muppet. But Ron DeSantis revoked the independent autocratic status of the Disney Corporation. That was a weird fucking...
Wait. Rectal rehydration, Ron?
Rectal rehydration, Ron, much like dildo Ted Cruz, has a clock that's right sometimes twice a day.
Abu Ghraib DeSantis?
So, dude, you mean Lee Harvey Oswald's buddy's son, right?
I'm just gonna say that we have a pretty wise audience, and I'm assuming that most of you know what rectal rehydration is.
They like to use their brain holes. I do appreciate that.
If you do not know, probably don't look it up.
I'm rolling two doobies over here, sir. Ted may or may not have gotten shot twice by some lasers, but I'm so engrossed in this conversation at the moment, and I do appreciate both your gents' time and you folks for joining us tonight to get old JCD. I'm midway through rolling two different doobies. I only need one of them.
There's thousands of Americans out there. By the way, I've been shot with a laser beam twice.
Stay vigilant, folks. They got Ted.
But can I just point out how fucking odd it is that DeSantis was at fucking both Guantanamo and Abu Ghraib? Rectal rehydration.
What did he do?
He was at Abu Ghraib.
Yep, as an attorney.
And he was at Guantanamo as an attorney.
As an attorney. Dude, he was like, you can't handle the truth. No, my bad. That was Tom Cruise in Scientology at Guantanamo.
No. He was like, here, you need to be rehydrated.
Yeah, you can't handle the hydration.
And I'm telling anyone who doesn't know what it is, don't look it up. Good thing there's like videos of it out there.
You mean to tell me, dude? Did you ever see them pictures rolling around at the same time his opponent?
Like,
Andrew Gillum
what is that? The fucking in college or whatever? The fucking.
Are you in my brain hole, sir? Dude, he's rolling. Old little Ron there's rolling around with a lot of young gals there that do not look. I repeat, I am not the vice president, folks, but they did not look of age. This is at the same time that his gubernatorial opponent, Andrew Gillum, was being found doing a bunch of crack with a gay male hooker in Miami Beach.
Hey, that was methamphetamine.
Yeah, he's a married man, sir. These are all allegations.
That was methamphetamine. Do not offend. Do not insult the meth heads.
I will get my drugs correct, sir. My apologies. My spirit animal, Rob Ford, may rest in peace, would be ashamed if I got my meth and crack mixed up. He's a Canadian icon, isn't he, Rob Ford?
Oh, fucking dude! Like he was a classic. I mean, people are trying to love him.
Do you know who the legend Rob Ford is?
No, actually, I don't.
Well,
I don't.
Buckle up, friend. Buckle up, friend.
I hope you have the video.
Was the mayor of Toronto, the third largest city in North America.
You have it in the video, though?
Well, we can pull some of those up. But the third largest city by population in North America, Toronto, and he got caught smoking crack numerous times.
Yes, I know he is now.
Okay.
Dude, his response to being videotaped.
The Canadian Marion Barry.
Well, I don't want to make these correlations. That's an inappropriate.
First off, Rob Ford was never. Rob Ford was never part of the SNCC with Howard Zinn, who George Zinn just happened to be.
Marion Barry's a bitch, dude. Marion Barry's a bitch, dude. He needs to take a book out of Rob Ford. Rob Ford says, "Fuck yeah, I smoke crack. I'm going to keep smoking crack. You can go fuck yourself."
And his brother's horrible.
You cowards don't even smoke crack.
Yeah, Marion Barry's like, "Oh, I apologize for smoking crack. Go fuck yourself." Rob Ford's like, "I smoke crack. I love crack. You guys can go fuck yourselves."
You cowards don't even smoke crack.
I love
like, oh, you gotta retire, dude. You gotta step down. He's like, I'm gonna smoke more crack.
I love my favorite one about the Rob Ford is when they're trying to talk shit on him like smoking crack, and he's just like, you want to know how much of a waste of the city is, and he's just like, this get free this gets free that, and he goes through like all the cards that are given to him as the mayor. He's like, I don't use any of those. Like. So what I do is my own shit on my own time. I don't use any of this shit on the taxpayer's dollar.
Yeah, but he's a legend in modern politics, even for Americans, dude. I'm telling you, dude. He. I mean, I don't agree with a lot of his policies. I'm just saying, like, the way he approached things is he at least stood for something. You know what I mean? He had fucking. I mean, agree with
his brother's horrible.
He had fucking values and principles, and he stood on them. Granted, one of those was the continued use of crack.
His brother is horrible.
Use of crack in public forums, but you know that is his thing. Did you say crack, sir?
Does crack cocaine make you act any differently? No. Is it safer than alcohol? Probably. People think of crack as being dirty. It's the exact opposite.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Well, the only difference between crack cocaine and cocaine is sodium bicarbonate and water and heat, literally. That's it.
And those things are pretty much free if you go to like a science store.
This is free. You can go to your neighborhood convenience store and just get. Anyway, I don't want to tell people how to make crack cocaine, but it literally is a mayonnaise jar, cocaine, and baking soda.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
When you make crack, what you're doing is you're burning off all the impurities so that it combines with the sodium bicarbonate, which makes it smokable. That's all. You know, all of these actors and, you know, people in the past that talked about they had a problem with cocaine and freebasing. They were smoking crack.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Anyway, my point about it, your point about it, which I think is true, is that there's a thing about crack.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Support your local science store. I agree there, Uncle Ted. So, what are your Jen's thoughts on crack Crack.
So he is inaccurate on the freebase. It was pretty much crack because.
No, what's your favorite part of that, sir? My favorite part is how he talks down to other folks for being crackheads. He's from a fucking crackhead, dude. He's like, these people are just doing fucking crack, dude. What are you talking about? You fucking Looney Tune, dude.
Did you see the latest Charlie Sheen one where he's talking about like Sinaloa cut him off because he fucking was smoking like 4.5 pounds in a week or some shit?
I have not seen that yet, sir, but I'd like to provide context for that clip. That outside of me cutting in Rick James there, bitch, that was a real clip pieced together from an actual full scale footage of a thing he introduced on his initial run for presidential campaigns. He said, I'm gonna call my local Delaware news reporter and let them know I'm gonna be running for president. That was the context of that interview. Didn't really go too well when he started giving the recipes for fucking crack. That's the Muppet world we live in.
But he does have a pardon, so he's good.
We shall see how dude. At some point in time, sir, all these matters of national security, writing fucking dumb shit on paper and saying it's legal. These pardons, you have to agree with me, sir. At some point in time, none of this shit's going to matter. We're heading in that direction. At some point
let's be honest. So if you go back to 2004, they introduced the digital computer voting that's all fucking digitized, so you can't even see your vote through the program that they sold to Hugo Chavez. So, and then the guy who was ratted them out in 2007 plane crashed again. But I mean,
we're talking about plane crashes and demise of what is allegedly known as democracy. I would call it a republic here in America. You're a Canadian, sir. I understand that. Let's go back to the Great Compromise of 1877. I didn't vote for this shit, dude. People talking about hanging chads and fucking fixed elections. Go fuck yourselves. This country has not seen an actual election.
Is that the compromise?
Well, hold on, sir. This is not the first time your vote didn't matter in this country. This is the time where Rutherford B. Hayes was selected president because Samuel Tilden, that carpetbagger whose father financed the Confederacy, made a deal that I'm sure they didn't fix the election then, right? Then made a deal to remove the federal troops from the South, ending the Civil War and Reconstruction.
Yeah, no, and then it's kind of funny though too because like that's called the compromises of 1877, but what kind of resolves.
Dude, ain't no one voted for that, dude. Here in the nation of America, where we got freedom of speech, no, we don't. National Security Act of 1947 into that. We get a vote for our people. No, we don't fucking do that. The election of 1803, your vote didn't matter.
Yeah, but what I was saying is,
dude, let's talk about Venezuela voting machines, sir.
Yeah.
You see the ridiculous nature of what I'm talking about, how it's evolved today to this nonsense,
and
many folks dedicate time to.
And Hugo Chavez really created those voting machines, not Americans.
The ghost of Hugo Chavez did that, sir.
Not the Americans that sold them to him and then brought him back into America.
Nothing to do with it. It was definitely the ghost.
Although, let's be honest, if we're going to say Hugo Chavez was running machines, we kind of have a pretty good indication of who the CIA agent was that sold them to him. He might have been married to Robin Wright before, that
baseless accusations. Movie. Baseless accusations, sir. Sean Penn had nothing to do with this, sir.
I mean, he definitely does not appear in the John Podesta emails like 400 times. Not at all, like 400 times.
Totally clear, bud. Are you familiar with the former? Because I think he removed him.
His bodyguard that killed the Haiti Prime Minister.
Well, no, sir. You were almost in my brain hole for a second. There was a man who murked a Brinks-style security guard, kind of like Tupac's parents. Down in a suburb of Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh no,
Hold on, sir. 1 second, please. Because I'm running to my brain hole, and it's taking me a second. Jason Derek Brown murked a security guard in around Scottsdale, Arizona, circa 2002. A Mormon missionary. Oh, those Mormon fellas, huh? Real dangerous bunch. He was also a multi-level marketing salesman. The Mormons love that shit. They're all about them MLMs and whatnot. And murks a guard, takes off with the money, and today is likely being held in the Mormon community somehow. That's what the FBI's thoughts were when they recently removed him from the top 10 list of most wanted. He looks identical to Sean Penn. Sean Penn's body doubles, his movie body doubles, the standing guy, gets stopped at customs all the time thinking he's Jason Derek Brown.
No, I didn't know about that, but Yeah, so that assassination of the Haitian prime minister
Oh,
in
dude.
2021.
This guy's assassination was caught on camera, dude. How is this guy evaded shit, dude? There was people he went to missionaries. He's Mormon shit, dude. Speaking of the Mormons hiding shit, dude. This Muppet has been seen so many times in and around Salt Lake City and other places, dude. He had multiple fucking identities, dude. He had storage units. You want to talk about spook activity, sir? And here's one better. Are you familiar with the case of Jodi Arias?
The name's ringing a bell, but I'm trying to find information.
What about Jodi? What about Jodi Arias? Now you piqued my interest. What about Jodi Arias?
You tell me, sir. Give me a name. Give me a name. Was it Travis Brown? Was that her victim?
I believe so. Yeah.
Same Browns. Not only same Browns. He also operated in that same multi-level marketing bullshit they did. What I'm saying here is we're sold incidents happen within this national security state of Muppets, and we're sold fucking swamp gas propaganda, fucking narratives around it. So when I'm pointing out and saying this Muppet, top 10 most wanted Muppet, who looks weirdly like Sean Penn, and this other Muppet, and is a victim of this other large-scale situation, they all fucking know each other. These are not disconnected situations that are just popping off. There's well-organized tomfoolery of hood rat shit. That's what I'm saying.
If you bring up the one that I'm bringing up, so the guy who orchestrated the assassination of
Travis
the
Alexander,
Haitian
there you
Prime
go.
Minister.
Thank you. So they were I think they were in the Mormon missionary school together. Then they operated, Brown and this guy operated in the same. They're also kinfolk. I got to go back to their genealogy. They're definitely related too, if I'm not mistaken. But they went to the Mormon missionary school on about the same time, if I'm not mistaken as well. I'll have to go back into these things, but yeah, dude, it's weird. And he 100,000% operated in those same MLM circles as Arias and Alexander there, and lived in the same town there in Arizona. There we go. They lived. Oh shit, it's been a minute. They lived, I think, within a mile of each other too. Go ahead, sir.
No, that's fine.
How dare you? Of
In
course,
here,
ninjas
but,
didn't do this. Don't blame a ninja.
But if you look at here, so it talks about how when fuck off with these goddamn ads, fucking cocksuckers. Anyways, I hate these things. And my no, I'm just killing the screen now. But anyways, so anyways, Sean Penn's driver for his the guy who is being accused of orchestrating the assassination of the Haitian Prime Minister in 2021 was Sean Penn's driver for his relief agency, which is also named JP Haitian Relief.
Baseless allegations. There's no way a Hollywood actor is operating as a secret spook type character. This doesn't happen. Tom Cruise is not doing that, sir. Nor is Sean Penn.
Central Artist Agency is not related to the Creative Intelligence Agency. I do not believe what you're saying.
I'm telling you, these Muppets are uncreative, aren't they? Just like issuing Edward Wayne Edwards the identity of Dr. James Garfield Langley. Our channel, you and your Muppets at Langley need to get you need to hire a fucking creative person, dude. Hire a Muppet. I don't know. Do something better.
You know what's really funny to me though is because I started saying the Central Artist Agency and the Creative Intelligence Agency is an accident, and then I just continue saying it because it's such an obvious thing. You know, like it's the Central Artist Agency and the Creative Intelligence Agency. It's the same fucking operation. And then what's even better is like I think Argo came out. And the actual guys who worked on the Argo operation were like, no, don't fucking tell anyone. But the Gina Haspels, the John Brennans, the people up in the office were like, no, we gotta tell everyone. And we're so proud. And that was like that came out at the same time. It's like the 40th anniversary of the Argo operation, which also
these are all coincidences, sir. These are all coincidences. You mean the Argo operation involving Jack Kirby, whose best friend got murked in that weird hijacking?
Hey, wait. If I'm not mistaken, I think CAA. If I'm not mistaken, CAA was either created right before or right after the church hearing. Wait, you're telling me they already?
Coincidence.
They already had
you drawing these connections, sir. These are totally unrelated.
They already had the agencies the agencies to just put their operatives straight into the media. They don't even fucking hide them anymore. So let's go ahead and
dude,
tell
speaking of
Congress.
hiding things, dude, this shit is wild, dude. BG knows what I'm talking about. This dude murks a security guard on camera and rides away on a bicycle, dude. Lottie fucking daw, never seen again. He is seen again. Now he's got safe houses, dude. He's got identities, dude. He's got fucking storage units, dude. This is a wild tale, dude, that no one fucking talks about.
I mean, what that just kind of reminds me of is that are we gonna call her a lesbian? The one who was allegedly the J6 bomber now, and the fucking the pipe
he
bomber.
kind of looks like her, doesn't he?
It kind of does, actually.
Spicoli,
that
man.
photo.
It's Spicoli, dude.
Kind of does in that photo, but I mean, you know, like now. And it's like, do I even trust them, or are they just pushing this one just to fucking piss on everyone's face and be like, hey, yeah, no, it was the Capitol police officer dropping the pipe bombs. Like, I mean, yeah, I can believe it, but at the same time, I don't know. It just seems like that they're just giving you a fucking limited hangout to piss all over your face. But
well, speaking of limited hangouts, Candace Owens was talking about that McCoy operation, who's the son of the chief of naval PSYOP operations, is taking over Turning Point USA. The diddler he had on there in his church. Oh yeah, the diddler he had on there in his church was diddling kids in and around this same time frame in Dana Point, California.
But let's not forget that Jaden X or whatever the fuck his name, like fucking
sure. Just because his father was an Air Force intelligence colonel has nothing to do with the fact that it was a psychological operation.
And he was Antifa, and then his brother was
Let's accurately describe the circumstances, please. He was the lone Antifa guy at numerous Antifa rallies in and around Salt Lake City. That's how PSYOP it was, dude. They couldn't even get anyone else to show up, dude. Or Provo. Provo.
The one that they had the shooting of the truck at Provo, he was there.
He's one dude with a flag, dude. They couldn't get anyone else. He was such an obvious PSYOP, no one else would fucking show up.
But dude, what about the fucking one where the Anderson Cooper after fucking January 6th with the blonde bitch?
Well, there you go. That's what. Are you, sir? You're in my brain hole again. So if we're gonna call it Nick Fed Fuentes for not going to prison, Jaden X falls in that same department, dude. He's in the fucking Capitol with a CNN producer. She says to him, "Are you taping this?" He goes like, "Oh, nah, bitch," and he was actually taping
it. And the one next to.
But that begs the question, sir. That begs the question. This nation of Deseret, the Mormons, that is. What the fuck is their end game? Because who's he working for, right? So he's outing CNN there, dude. He's running an op against an op. But who's his op for? Is it for the fucking Elohim there, the god near planet or star system Sirius?
Well, I mean, let's be honest.
Cool.
Let's be honest. It's probably one of those people that was sitting on the financial stability board earlier. Because let's be honest, at the end of the day, they're the ones who run everything.
Good. There's a good chance you are correct, sir.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, though. I do appreciate you folks at the interwebs for joining us here tonight to get a little GCD on these matters, and I appreciate both of you gents. I'm here to get tonight to get a little GCD. Burger elements aside, Dr. Inferno, I'd like to offer you and Jonah both some closing statements and bring this thing in for a landing. Burger elements aside, sir, show me on the doll here, Dr. Inferno, where national security touched you.
I noticed you like doing that. You like using that joke against me for some reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe
I've been using it all week. It's National Security November, sir. Jonah's he's already gotten his doll jokes firm. He got a fair. He tried to show me last night on himself. I said, no, sir.
I gotta go through a little skull and I gotta go through some little skull and bones hazing, huh? Just don't piss on me, bro.
Sir. No, here's the deal, bud. You're gonna need to tune into Operation GCD more frequently, as I just said. Everyone here, all guests this month of National Security November are going to be asked.
I get it, bro. I get it.
Well, sir,
they touched me in my medulla oblongata. That's where they touched me. They shocked my medulla oblongata. They shocked it and buzzed it.
I don't know if I believe you, dude. You might be an unbelievable victim, bud.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
How dare you, sir?
How dare you?
How dare you?
No. If you could ask
I appreciate
me,
both your gents' times, your brain holes, and the conversation. There's no hazing aside. Everyone here at National Security November is going to be interrogated, Guantanamo Bay
Not
style.
in October. Just
Show
not.
me on the doll. Show me on the doll, sir. I can handle the truth, sir. Show me on the doll where National Security touched you.
The truth.
You can't handle the truth, sir.
hey, as long as we're not doing the
Guantanamo,
rectal
looking back, right?
rehydration. Hey, as long as we're not doing the rectal rehydration, we're not calling up Ron.
No, I do not recommend that. Disclaimer: I do not recommend that or 2 girls, 1 cup. But please continue.
How about one psychopath, one ice pick? What about that one? You definitely don't recommend that one.
Are you telling me you're the goatsy? Is that what you just said to me?
Goatsy, goddamn.
One psychopath, one ice pick.
Goatsy.
That's a deep cut, dude. That's a mid-odds deep cut for you there, bud.
Dude, do you remember their fucking logo?
Lord, I hope not. I might. What do you got for me?
Goatsy is attached to that weird hacker weave.
Yeah, no, but their logo was literally a dude bent over, and I forget what it was. It's something about the gape. It was Mind the Gape, I think, and that's why they came up Mind the Gap. The tribe.
Oh, shit. I think you're right, dude. I think you're right.
It was a dude holding his asshole open, like fucking big enough to put your fucking head in it.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. On military police, police and then military. And then military police is a machination of both of those boondoggles. Like to send around a lot of sick shit like that via email. Back when emails were kind of a new thing, especially with the novice players, like, oh, check this out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that was Goatee. So at least in the military police, you could get away with to send that around because you're like, look at this weird fucking, when
it's the commander sending it to you, sir, who's going to hold him accountable? You know what I mean? Like, oh, message from the commander. Let me tell him. Oh, go fuck yourself, buddy. What, you know?
Anyways, no, they did some interesting. Now, real quick, Doc, do you know about Sabu? I brought this up on another stream recently. Did you know about his fucking deal when it's hard to find the details on it these days because they cleaned it up pretty good. But when he got caught, Sabu. So what they did?
Yeah, I seen that in Major League, dude. He was the guy who was doing home runs.
And he was a part of Anonymous, and he got picked up. So when they
Joe Boo.
Yeah, Joe Tim, Boo. I didn't know about hacker history. Yeah, I know a lot about hacker history. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. He's the one that they released, and what they did was they put him on no charges, but they sent him out with a free fucking VPN, and all of them started signing up for fucking free VPN to commit their crimes.
God damn, I'm impressed by your knowledge base, bro. I am impressed.
I warned you, dude. I gave you a disclaimer. Jenna's gonna blow up your brain hole.
I mean, bro, are you on Adderall or something?
I prefer cocaine. I prefer cocaine, but I mean,
cocaine than Adderall.
I think he's on maple syrup.
I'm an old man. Like, I mean, I prefer the cocaine, but I don't do it now anymore.
Oh, freeze frame!
My back.
Freeze frame. Freeze frame.
What can you offer us here, sir? In closing statements, here, good doctor.
Okay, basically, I want to thank you, JJ, for bringing me on. I was a little bit out of it tonight, but man, I was impressed by the knowledge base as usual. Some of the things is not quite my wheelhouse, but I learned a lot and I had a good time, and that's what fucking matters.
That's all that matters, sir.
And I'm not high.
I am high. We aim to educate and entertain here in Operation GCD.
I want to say to everybody, check out my YouTube page, check out my Twitter. And look at it. Don't just look at it. Eat it.
Look at it.
Look at it. Look at it.
We talk too much ridiculous shit here. People are like, "Why are these two screaming at each other right now?"
They know each other. That's why. Because we're both working at the Langley.
Well, we like to party, sir. We've shared a few good times and GCD adventures of HIGH-weirdness, if you will. And one specifically that comes to mind.
Yeah.
One specifically that comes to mind. Your favorite town in Milford, Ohio, sir.
Oh, Milford, Ohio. Yeah, that is my favorite town. I think Dublin, Ohio is my favorite town, man.
Would you believe, here's a fun tale for you. Would you believe that Milford, Ohio McDonald's you just seemingly strangely find yourself at every time you come to Cincinnati? I'm suddenly lost again at Milford McDonald's. I'm like, dude, why do you always end up at Milford McDonald's, dude? What's going on there, bud? I lived about 10 miles away from Milford McDonald's.
Wait, is that where Luigi got caught?
No, but it is interesting. This for McDonald's, I didn't work there as a teenager. However, the manager at the McDonald's I worked at as a teenager about 10 miles away was the manager at the McDonald's you're always visiting. And why are you visiting? Do you know Sean? Did Sean send you there? Is that what happened here?
Gay lovers.
No. Are you talking to me? Talking to me?
Yeah, dude. Why are you always visiting my old?
I don't have a passport, so it's
from
not me.
McDonald's 30
you,
years
bro.
ago, bro.
I'm gonna tell you.
He's the manager at the
bro.
McDonald's you're always visiting. Do you know
tell you,
him?
bro.
Is this some sort
No,
of bit?
I don't know. No, yeah, it is a bit. It's kayfabe. No, but
No,
seriously,
it's a bit here. But no, it is funny, dude. You always find yourself in Milford, Ohio, which is a very interesting.
I do, man.
Town.
I do. You told me about a particular story. I'm not going to repeat. You know that about some some guy that got, I think, locked up or something over.
Oh, dude, Fanny Pack Jeff, dude. Polonius Fitness. You're welcome to tell that tale.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember it, bro. I don't remember it, but
Fanny Pack Jeff's the character, sir.
I want to say one thing about that's interesting about that McDonald's is like I saw a clone of you and I thought it was you. To be quite honest,
I know, dude. You even texted to me. You're like, "Why are you at McDonald's?" I'm like, "Why the fuck are you?"
I did,
dude.
It looked just
my
like
house
you.
right now.
And it's probably his cousin. I mean, the cousin, brother, sister.
Oh no. I have at least one doppelganger, if not numerous doppelgangers.
You do, man. You do. That dude looked just like you.
sir. I'm not a native there. I was a transplant, and the entire time I lived there, from teenagers and as an adult there later in life, folks always be seeing me places. I'm like, I was never there, dude. I had this one. I was in the Air Force for many years, and come back to one point in time as an adult, hadn't been there in years. Walking through the local mall, this couple who was approximately my age or so, around 26 or 27 years old at the time, walk up to me from a distance, dude, about 100 feet, waving the entire time, hey, and I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? I try to evade them, dude. I'm like looking for places to go. Nope. The male and female come up, man. There wasn't a gay couple. Just one point that male and female, they both simultaneously hug me. Hey, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a long time. I didn't want to tell them. I don't fucking know who you people are. Why the fuck are you hugging? I mean, I just played along. There's a lot. You ain't the first person, dude.
Yeah, I swear, man. I swear on a stack of Bibles, man. I swear on a stack of Bibles. I
believe you, dude. I've experienced too much of these matters around that town. I don't know who this individual is. I've looked for him for a while.
Bro, I'm gonna say it just like you. I was about to go up to you. Then I realized it's not you. But man, it looked just like you. God damn it.
You know how many times?
Dude, I'm telling you, dude. To convince people to walk from a distance, screaming hey from like 100 feet away in a busy mall, dude, to come up to me and hug me, dude. They obviously thought I was somebody. I wasn't who they thought I was.
But I'm gonna say something. The reason why I was in that McDonald's is because I'm not too familiar with like Cincinnati. You understand?
So Sean did send you there. Sean, the McDonald's manager. You're in collusion with him. This is a conspiracy.
I am.
Sausage McMuffin conspiracy.
Remember.
I see what's going on here. The McDonald's Corporation has sent you and Sean after me because of my McRib, bad mouthing McRib. Is that what happened?
He's going for the all-day breakfast.
Absolutely. No, I was sent by Grimace. Grimace.
The Hamburglar sent you. I'm on to you, sir.
The Hamburglar. But no, seriously though. I didn't know Cincinnati. They were doing like road work. They were doing like really like serious road work, and they had all the exits blocked off.
Story.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm just saying, numerous times you call me, you're like, "Hey, dude, I have directions to your house. I know where you live, but somehow I'm at Milford McDonald's."
Well, my GPS was like on the fucking Fritz as well. My GPS was like just fucked up.
Oh, no. The
Sean told you
GPS,
to say, isn't it? On the
GPS just knows the way you talk. I mean, my GPS is always on the fritz, too. It says me the fucking weird places. It's probably because
it's an old school GPS. I don't like the old school GPSs. I don't like those voice activated things. I look
forward to seeing OpGCD adventures with you, sir. Hopefully not in and around McDonald's there. My former McDonald's manager is still presently the manager there.
I mean, remember, you said I burned down McDonald's, bro. You said like I was there. Where were you?
Sir, I am not going to be associated with any of your arson tactics or McDonald's hatreds.
I will.
I know what's going on here, bud.
I'm not
I would appreciate if you didn't burn down that McDonald's, dude. I mean, that's a nice place.
Really? Okay, if you say so.
Well, where else are you going to visit, sir? Next time you go to Cincinnati, if you burn down that place, where else are you going to? You visit there every time.
I'm going to visit that one place that we went to where all the they had all the international food and the bushmeat, the zebra and shit.
What is this? Oh shit! We went to Friendly Market, dude, didn't we? Did we go to Friendly Market?
Did.
No, we were talking about Jungle Gyms, sir. You're talking about Jungle
Gyms. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah. They got a whole dedication to. They got about 20,000 square feet of hot sauce in that place, bud. Yeah, that's a fine. If you want to be a great big fat person, oh wait, you should go to Jungle Gyms. I was just there last week, sir. I love that place. Well, I appreciate your closing commentaries. I'll put your links in the show notes. There's Dr. Inferno, actual doctor. Disclaimer.
Yeah, thanks for bringing me on, man. Thanks for bringing me on. As usual. Nice to meet you
not
too,
only
Jonah.
anytime, you'll be back Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be reviewing Enemy of the State.
And I want to point out, I wanted to point out too that I wanted to point out everyone go ahead and check out that Popeye clip. I threw it on JJ's Twitter account for tonight's show, so it's in the comments under the show. And since I did do some research on the taxes and foundations in the Reese Committee from 1954, I do think that we need to jump into that one day. But
absolutely, you're talking my language, sir. Talking my language.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of work on the Clinton Foundation and the large volume of fraud associated with it, so I know about these foundations you speak of.
No, this is the 54 that they did. If you pull up the screen, you'll show it shows how many days they had the hearings as opposed to today, like they do today, where they have one hearing for a couple hours.
Let me qualify that statement. I'm familiar with the framework of fraudsters within this enterprises of nonprofits.
So if you look here, May 10, 11, 16, 19, 26, 24, 25, the document, if you can see up at the top here, is 2,086 pages of testimony from 1954. Goes into the Fabian Society, the Ford Foundation, the Carnegies, the ADL, the
NFL.
Yeah, so it goes into all that shit. So basically what we'll go we got to jump into it because I love this fucking because it's the same as the talking about the banks throwing the Financial Stability Board up there.
Why is a $20 billion company like the NFL tax exempt?
Why did the Rockefellers,
these nonprofits,
why did the Rockefellers go ahead and start the Federal Reserve Board on their property as bank owners, and then create the Rockefeller Foundation, the Rockefeller Brothers Foundation, the Laura Spelman Memorial Fund, etc., etc.
This is all Babylonian witchcraft, sir.
So every dollar
actions on a mound site in a ritual.
So every dollar that they print for themselves, they never pay a cent back on, but they charge you.
There's the Babylonian magic, sir. That's the wizardry.
Yeah,
that is the wizardry. And speaking of wizardry, Dr. Inferno will be joining me along with the other JJ. That motherfucker's always out trying to JJ me too. That dude. Now Jacob J from Rise of Liberty, awesome dude. I like where his brain hole's at. Seen him in the chat earlier. And Todd the Wizard will be joining us as well for Enemy of the State and the Cults and/or esoteric review of this Scientology shit show, along with Phil Z. I didn't have any more room here, and Phil doesn't have an icon. He's got to send me one. Phil Zazzaro, the agent of the Dewey Decimal System. That dude likes to read books. He's a man with a lot of details. Just like you, gents, and I can respect that. Man with a lot of details. And Dr. Inferno, dude, are you kidding me, dude? You're back here for the next 2 weeks, buddy.
Yeah.
For FX and FX2, dude, along with Todd the Wizard,
I
Heidi
really love the show.
And Phil Z, again, a secret agent of the Dewey Decimal System. Dude, here's the deal. If you start conversations with that guy, you may not even be intending to read books, but he's going to be talking about so many books to you all the time. And you're like, wait a second, I got to read something here. I feel real dumb.
Truthfully, I probably read most of them, but he's probably going to surprise me.
Well, he's a professional book reviewer, dude. This is not, he loves books. He's always reading books. It's quite impressive.
I share his enthusiasm. I share his enthusiasm.
He's got me motivated. I mean, I read books, dude. I'm not a dum-dums, but he's got me motivated reading more books.
No, just let me say this real quick.
Go ahead.
I think 1013 consensus said something about Giorgiani in the chat. And I think we should, one of these days, I think we should talk about Giorgiani. And
I'll jump on with that one too. I'll jump on with that too because I've read this shit too. I read most of his shit.
I have no idea what you're saying to me right now. What is this, Giorgiani? I saw it earlier, but what is this?
Jason Reza Giorgiani. He does the Iranian Leviathan book. He does the Prometheus book.
You guys are pronouncing it wrong. It's Mr. Bovine Joni.
I'll jump on with that too because I've read a lot of shit. I would say 15 to 20% of it's good, and then about 80% of it is just pushing the United Nations meditation room.
Well, we want to talk more about his connections to transhumanism and Silicon Valley. I think that's
Even the latest book, he's got that whole weird conspiracy or weird theory where he's talking about like all data.
Yeah, he's talking about death.
Well, data has weight, and then as we create more data, it's more weight, and it's eating up the black space. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're kind of out there on that one. Like, maybe there is
I
some
will be happy to invite
but...
both of you gents back on future Fridays to discuss these matters. I am not up to speed and have no idea what you're talking about. I'm still not convinced you're not talking about Mr. Bovon Joni, legendary rock musician from Philadelphia.
Big time. But I want to do business with Mr. Von Joni himself.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah, Mr. Bovine Joni himself.
I do thank both of you gents for joining me here tonight to get a little GCD, and I thank you folks to the interwebs for joining us here. Any last statements, alibis, questions, concerns, crack recipes? Let's hear some more crack recipes from Hunter Biden. Crack. Need some crack.
No, seriously, on the stove, put some B12, and you shake it up, and then you make
Cook it
money.
up, buddy. Go down to the science store, friend. Get yourself some science stuff and make yourself some crack.
Make sure you add that B12. B12.
Do you have any closing statements there, Jonah? I do again look forward to future conversations, film reviews, and Friday shenanigans with both you gents. Any last alibis, questions, concerns? Any you can just curse RR if you want.
I didn't do it. Don't believe it.
I'll do it easy. Don't quote me, boy.
Yeah, thank you, Uncle Ted. Support your local science stores and watch out for them lasers.
There's thousands of Americans out there. By the way, I've been shot with a laser beam twice.
Stay vigilant, folks. Ted's down. They got Ted. Ted's down. They got him twice. Catch you folks tomorrow night here, Operation GCD, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. For an Operation GCD live Sundays on Saturday. Matters of national security, Colby's Queers. There you go, RR. Go fuck yourself, Muppets at Langley. Open your ear holes, bud. You might learn something sometime, RR. And 9:30 p.m., Matters of National Security, Dead Witnesses, Columbine Edition, Final Destination, if you will. Anyhow, thanks for joining us here. Catch y'all next time.
Well, that's it. That's the show here, folks. So the next time you're out on the town, visiting your local watering holes, or perhaps just meandering around, and you hear the unmistakable sounds of metal clanking, and you spot signs of a disturbance, well, check your six. Look in that garbage can, because you never can tell. The GCDs may be loose in your town.